What's up, y'all? It is every other Wednesday night. So, you know what that means on Star Drawl. It is time for the backyard battlefield with me, down south 77, Star Draw, and a blank
Uh,
screen. Oh,
whoa,
there he
what's going on? Hang on.
is. I can hear you, but I cannot see you.
Yeah, that's weird. And you sound all weird. I'm gonna come out and come back in, bud.
Okay. All right. Off to a stellar beginning so far.
Hmm.
Make sure make sure everything is set the way it needs to be when we kick these things off. But that is the way it goes. So always some kind of technical issues. So let's give Crow a second to see what's going on. And there's a good chance I could vanish because we've got some crazy storms coming through today, some thunderstorms. Supposed to get some more tonight, I think. I don't know when they're supposed to start. I didn't check the weather. I will leave it up to the hand of fate and we'll see what happens. So I don't know, that's weird. Crow just blanked out because he was fine before we went live. So very bizarre. So he should be right back. So how you guys doing? I'm gonna wait till Crow gets back before we actually say what's up to all the chat, but I am going through the comments. Let's see. There's Carlos, what's going on? I'm in Tennessee. So no 77. There's a state highway somewhere, but not the like an interstate or anything. So all right, looks like Crow's back. What's up? Are you there?
Okay.
Yep. What I just got volume. Like I see you.
I have no audio.
Well, I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. Let's see. I am gonna go through and highlight some of our chats to say what's up to. You have audio. At least I can hear you good, Crow. So do, do, do.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yep. Can hear you.
Mhm.
You're good. We're sitting there doing hand signals. He's gonna exit out again and come back. Maybe so he left and come back. We got picture. So maybe when he leaves and comes back, he'll have audio. That's very strange. Let's see. Are there any Punk says, are there any tariff charges for him to stream from Canada to the US? Probably. I guess that means the dual stream thing is working. Is it showing up on Crow's channel? He was going to try that out tonight. Let's see here. Hopefully he can get all that straight. Oh, trying to think what all else has been going on that is kind of tertiary stuff that doesn't really matter. Got soaking wet today out in the rain at work. That was always a good time. Trying to think any news that we can briefly mention. Did just see, I was going to show it in a minute. I did just see a few minutes ago that Super 7 teased a Pythona. They're going to do some movie figures. Oh, there's Crow's back again. Got audio?
Awesome. I can't hear anything.
It's got to be a setting.
All right, I'm gonna try a different device.
All right. Let's see. This is the kind of stuff that usually beleagues my cousin. So anyway, I just saw that. I guess Super 7 is going to start doing some more movie reaction stuff. So actually had a picture of that we'll show here in a little bit. But that was the most recent thing that I just saw. So I will say, did anybody, I'll ask you guys this, I'll ask Crow once he gets here, did anybody watch Marvel Zombies? It started today. And I don't know if it started earlier today or if it started like most of their stuff drops at 7 for me, like 7 p.m. So I don't know if it come out at that time or if it come out earlier in the day. Just wondering if anybody watched it yet because I think it looks pretty good. So let's see.
Oh,
Good.
well, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good. I had to change devices altogether. We're just going to power down.
All right. I just kicked your other one because it was still in there for some reason. And just lost your audio. And I sound like Optimus Prime. All right. We'll try it again. Didn't watch it. Didn't care for the comics back in the day. Yeah, maybe you guys can bear with us for a few minutes. See if we can get that worked out. He's getting some, must be getting some feedback from me. He can't hear me, but I can hear me. Yes, Eric, you're right. At the can you hear me part. So I'm kind of at a loss. It's got to be a setting somewhere. Let's see.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, we're just gonna. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, I'm having major audio issues tonight. That's weird.
All right. Let's see. Well, I have feedback now. So like I'm playing through your audio, I guess. I don't. Anybody have a idea what that could be?
I feel like it might have something to do with maybe the fact that we're trying to simulcast right now. Maybe I screwed something up. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It just went away.
Did it just go away just now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I
don't know why.
I powered
right.
it down. So
okay. Well, let's roll with it and see what we get. So,
yeah.
All right. How? Yeah, he said that's good. Dreadnought sabotage. It could be.
Must be.
So, I normally ask how your day is going, but
just like this,
yeah, your day's not been great. I understand. So,
oh, it's been like this all day, man. Just constant annoyances.
Well, let's hope we can have some fun and get past it, and everything will work out. So, since it's been rolling for a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and go through the chat, say hi to everybody, and we'll just kind of kick it off here. So we got Stanley Eberhard is in the house. What's going on, Stanley? Paul Morales is here. What's going on, man? Got Mick DJ ACDC. What's up, man? Miss the old neighborhood Joe goodness as kids, be it playing with toys or make believe pretend play. That was fun. That was role playing. We didn't know it then. Was what we were doing. Wouldn't have known what that was. Demochism.
Hey, DMAC. New
okay.
logo and everything. DMAC is one of our very first subscriber friends.
Okay.
I guess I must be broadcasting on my channel as well. I'm checking. I wasn't sure if that was working, but seems I am.
I guess it's working. It's working.
So perfect. Good to see you.
Yeah, man. Good to see you here. Thank you for stopping by. Roman Graham's here. What's up, Roman?
Jumper.
Got Joe Ara is here. What's going on, Joe? And then we said what's up to Carlos Salinas. Got Lone Dragon is in the house. Turk Murphy's Toy Solutions. HK Viper is here. What's going on, man? We got Sabir Del Norte's in the house. I highlighted this a second ago, but yeah, anyone else's wallet screaming with all the Hasbro shipping notices and charges, we're gonna talk about that because I got notices, charges not so much. So we're gonna talk about the notices. And then Punk is here. Lawrence says they're tariff charges for him to stream from Canada to the US.
Yeah, they went through my cell phone posts and they know to fuck me up.
So we got Eric Thurman is here. Izzy Trevi is here. Eric says, go back to the Optimus Prime voice. I don't know
so
because I could hear it.
all y'all could hear that too then. Good. Because that was the first sign my audio was fucked up. You sounded like Theodore from Alvin and the Chipmunks, and then I couldn't say anything. I was like, that's not fair.
That was weird. I don't know. I heard it on my end and it sounded like that time Tony's Figs, his mic went all wonky and it sounded like he had one of the voice changer things. That's what I heard in the headphones. So.
Yeah, I thought you had a bottle of not like nitrous or fucking laughing gas on you somewhere.
Yes, sitting over here cracking some whippets.
Yeah.
And Lawrence says Crow spaded up ×2 to see if you can hear Darren at regular speed.
Oh, shit, eh? Right.
Let's see. So Sabir says Crow snake charges this week. Another Pulse pre-order came up today. So yeah, we're gonna get into that a little bit. We're gonna talk about these pre-orders and these emails and things like that. So I will ask you though, Crow, actually before I ask you anything, we're gonna go ahead and throw this up. So congratulations on 1,000 subscribers, buddy.
Thanks.
Hit that Monday night. That was it's good times, man. I'm glad to see you get there. That was your goal for the year, and you hit it 2.5 months early.
Yeah, it's just that everybody wants to crack that. I don't know what monetization actually goddamn looks like, and I probably won't figure that out for another year. But thank you very much. Gives me a chance to thank you and to thank also Lawrence, right? Like and guys like Shane at Same Time Toys and guys who just kind of helped plug this channel along. So I much appreciated that support. And Punk and a few others said it a while ago. Rising tide elevates all ships. So like that's all I can do is just try and push guys like the other channels with us because everybody deserves to feel what I felt there. So thank you.
Yep, got a good core group of people that kind of watch and float around in the circles. So that's right. Check out everybody else's channels and try to support each other.
Yeah. I mean, what? Yeah, exactly. So like I said, I appreciated that. Punk going out of his way to help a buddy out the other night. It's not forgotten, but he's not been the only one, and I fully recognize that. So thanks. And there's a guy right there, D-Mac, who, like I said, since I had one subscriber, I think I've had D-Mac, so I'm much appreciated. Anyways, moving on.
Very much, and he's going to take all the credit. He says it right here. You're welcome. You're welcome. He's going to take all the credit. So
that's fine.
That's all right. Let him build it up.
Least I can do is let somebody take the credit.
That's right. Let's see. NorCal Voodoo's here says emails. You get emails must be nice. Not all the time. Not all the time. Menjosa's here. What's going on, Menjosa? How you doing, my man? NorCal says the action figure collector community is fairly small and tight group. Everyone supports everyone. It's awesome for the most part. There's some intersecting. It's like the Venn diagram with the circles, and there's always going to be a little bit of it that doesn't intersect in the middle, but I don't think it's that much.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, that's got nothing to do with the toy community, right? Those differences would exist between us in any forum anywhere in the world, right? Toy community, we're just a little bit more shocked when they come up like, huh? He-Man said what?
Yeah.
Got nothing to do with him? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Skeletor's going, keep my name out your mouth, He-Man.
That's a good impression, actually.
Thank you. Eric says, your video style is great, Crow. Well deserved.
Thanks,
Um, this is something else going to kind of touch on a little bit. Roman says, slowed down a lot on collecting. It's getting too much. Can't keep up with everything. My wallet can't. Got back into bass fishing hard, so I just slowed down. So toys is expensive. So you decided to get back into fishing, huh? Yeah, let me
I
know
get it.
how much you save.
Well, I mean, one, I'm glad you had another hobby on standby for when toys becomes a little less or a little dissatisfying. I think that's great advice anybody should take away from that. Are you still there, Darren?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I saw your lips moving. I'm like, no, no, I lost all the audio again. Um, but no, actually, I kind of feel similar to how he feels. You know, like gotta slow down. I think the waves get that feeling out of you really easy these days with the prices associated.
Yeah, and it's just they're not going down.
No,
That's for sure. Like not most of them anyway. So,
no,
um,
I think.
Steve Martin is here. What's up, Steve?
Hey, Steve. No, I think this is the sign of the new reality, right? If you couldn't slow yourself down, the prices sure help. Maybe that has to be the new comfortable pace. Is like everybody's kind of saying it a little tongue in cheek. I might have to be picky and choosy. Maybe that's the new norm. If it wasn't before.
I think for a lot of people, I think it will. I mean, I've cut back a lot this year. I haven't gotten everything this year, and um, and I'm sure coming up with the prices going up and some of the picks of some of the stuff that's gonna be coming. I'm sure there's stuff that it will be a pass or stuff that I feel good playing clearance chicken with,
Mhm.
that if I do miss it, I'm not gonna feel so bad about it. V4 Snake Eyes. Um, so
Yeah. Started
uh
die.
well, Lawrence says I like everyone.
Uh,
Bullshit.
Ew,
Oh, let's
great.
yeah. Roman says I've been having all of this Shimano rods and reels and baits, so that's good if you've already got it.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. The classified Venn diagram is drama free, dislike, VI, drama. That's
I can follow
very
that flow chart without seeing it.
that's
Yep.
yeah. I had to place the parentheses in the right spot, and I'm like, oh yeah, yep, I know what he's saying there. Uh, Lawrence says toys are getting too expensive. Time to dive back into skateboarding. Didn't you say you have like 20 decks, like even like old ones? That
Yeah.
can't be cheap.
It
Um,
sucks that we get to make all these decisions in our 40s and our 50s. Some of us, like, hey, on to that other hobby you enjoyed as a kid. Oh, by the way, it's skateboarding. Look.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Ow.
yeah, my other one is really like going to my camper that I think I've spent 5 or 6 nights in this year. So
Yeah.
I spend a fortune to go live like an unhoused person.
But,
Uh,
at the same time, like, just it's nice to see some people staying grounded. Like, I'm actually kind of relieved after the talk about tariffs or fucking whatever caused prices to go up for toys. I'm glad I'm hearing a lot of people going, well, that's kind of it for me. Like it's not it's not the same as listening to people who complain about it, stay in it. And you kind of know it's like, man, are you are you managing your economics okay? Or is food going off your table to get this?
yeah,
Like I like seeing people prioritize accordingly, right?
yeah, um, yeah. I mean, and at some point, everybody has got to do that. It's a different threshold for everybody, but at some point, that's a decision most everybody I think's got to make.
Well,
Um,
especially if you think about what an echo chamber YouTube channels can be for the like-minded, right? Like if I really sacrificed a lot to go get XYZ toy and other people wanted to hear that I made that sacrifice to justify to themselves why that's not healthy,
No,
somebody has to be the voice of reason going, this has become problematic for a lot of us and we should be okay with that.
yeah, yeah, and that guy didn't eat for a week, so he could go do that. So maybe I should do that. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, or he's
probably
got
not
bills
the best.
piling up at his door, but he's got all the latest shit. Like that's not healthy. It's not us to judge, but we certainly shouldn't be perpetuating it, right?
Yeah, it's like that meme that goes around that was like showing all of the action figures, and I think it's a chick that's going, wow, you must be rich, and he's like, nope, I'm just financially irresponsible.
Yeah, exactly. Dangerous.
I, I think everybody has a touch of that, but again, varying degrees.
Yeah,
Um, you want to say what's up to Shark Eyes, the best shark on the internet? What's going on, Adam? How you doing tonight, man?
what's up, buddy?
Oh, let's see. You got 610 Yojo Daddy's in the house. What's going on? Let's smash that like button and subscribe. Mail call Monkey Wrench Breaker and Slice and Dice today. Nice.
Ooh,
Some good ones. Or Breakers piling up everywhere at Target from what I hear.
the problem that
Mm.
never was, right?
Yeah, right. That's something else I want to talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
Lawrence says, I don't ride old decks. I buy a new one when I feel like it or it breaks. Yeah, but you said you keep all your old ones. Like you collect all your old ones. Didn't you say you had like 20 or something um, that you used to have up on the wall? Joe Ross says, got hit for 4 snake armors, slice and dice, and desert scorpion. What in the world was I thinking? Oh, wait, they just changed the ship dates. Exactly. So I will ask you, have you got any new toys this week? You picked up anything?
No, I grabbed a third ESU officer today. Not today, the other day, but you knew about that one. We're having that as contingency backup amigo thing. But
Yeah.
I did get a line on another one that I'm picking up tomorrow for plans and things like that, or what have you. But I've got the same shipping notices as everybody else, so I'm expecting to see Slice and Dice, um, Cold Slither, and the Snake Armor probably by Friday and Saturday, respectively, because they shipped like 2 days. So
Hey, did they ship your snake armor?
yeah, yeah. It's weird. It's like a day behind everything else. I was like, really, you couldn't have put this? Okay, I'm not complaining. Things are shipping. You know.
Oh, you still have the phalanx to look at, so that excitement still lasts,
Uh,
everlasting going in there and looking at that thing. So
yeah, that was one I was like, that cost a lot of money. I hope I don't lose fascination with it. Good news, I haven't. That's about the best I can say about it. It's a really great example of the problem with the toys these days, right? Is the more you go, the more you want, the bigger it gets. Where's your line?
yeah,
The phalanx really exploits that. I could manage it. Other people can manage it, but I see other people that would tackle it and maybe be upset with it. So
okay. I mean, we saw the one at Joe Fest, the black one, this year, and it was. I mean, it was awesome. That was what we all said. It was like, hey, look at that thing, man. That thing's badass. It's like I don't know that it's for me, but that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate how awesome it is.
no, and look, I'll be upfront about Gridiron because I mean I know I owe Mark nothing but an honest opinion. I mean it was the only
Yeah,
Gridiron I ever purchased. It was the largest item, so of course I'm going to feel that wallet shock like I should, but I'm over it. The problem is like I think there's good points that were made the other night on Punk's stream about where 3D printing has kind of a disadvantage going for it, and I think a lot of it has to do with region. I think one of the reasons I'm not concerned about some of the stuff the guys were talking about is if I were to take this outdoors, say, most of the summer out of the year, I don't hit those instant heat climates like guys in Arizona, California, New
yeah.
Mexico, and maybe that's what they're noticing about the 3D print that they don't like. I I I can't argue against them and say they're wrong. I'm just like I'm the exception of the rule. This far up north, that's not a risk for me. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, I mean, we always joke about like Tony's figs being a gridiron shill, but I mean, there he's in Arizona. Gridiron is in Arizona, so
Yeah, I guarantee
it's
you,
hot.
if you grew up next to Walt Disney, all your daughters would have Disney princesses costumes, and every friggin' thing you had would have had a mouse on it. Like it's just that's not
Right.
that's advantage.
Well, yeah. Well, just talking about the heat and
Oh yeah,
people in
yeah, that.
hotter climates, might
Mhm.
not like the 3D printed stuff. It's in Arizona.
Yeah.
So, let me hit up some of these comments real quick. So, Adam says, I'm at the point now where my channel is really helping to aid in funding my collection, which in my line of work is a welcome bonus. So that's like the goal, or not, let me say the goal. That's the dream, right? Is to at least have it help fund some of it. I know some of the bigger channels that are monetized are able to do that, and that's great. I mean, that's the life is, but it's still a grind. You still it may be funding it or helping fund it, but you still got to get it. You still got to sit in the chair, do the review, do the pictures. So it's kind of a trade off.
I think shark guys would definitely understand the point that was made, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due. It's Chad. He said it perfectly, and it always stuck with me. Because I've heard from people as you have, well, all you care about is your channel. That's not at all it. I really
Yeah,
not at all it. It's it, Chad said it. In the army, everything you do is a shared credit. It's a team that did this. The mission was accomplished by the team. Nobody gets individual credit, even if they did the majority of the lion's share. This YouTube channel was all just making something out of nothing for myself. And I think a lot of guys do that. Just build something for yourself out of nothing
yeah,
and put a little pride in it, and care where it goes. That's about the only pressure I had on it. If it pays for some toys, great, right? But it's not the most important thing in the fucking world to me. It's rewarding because I did this myself. No one else is
yeah.
going to take credit for it. Punk can take credit for getting me to 1,000 subs. You credit for giving me all the support in the world a guy could ever ask for, but I built that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
that's
Nothing
where
else.
that line is to me. But
Nothing else. You can look back on it and be like, "Yep, I did all that. Like I did the content. Like that's something I enjoy." And look
yeah,
back and be like, "Yep, I enjoyed doing that." When it's not fun anymore, like I'll stop, but I'm still
exactly.
having fun doing it. And really, the people meeting and talking to all the people, like our chat here, and just everybody you got to meet. That's the real fun, is
Oh,
getting
absolutely.
on here and getting to cut up with people.
And making the mistakes among a crowd like this is so much more different, right? Like Punk and his clip of me fucking doing my Eminem thing there, right?
Yeah,
And world this that would devastate me, but I trust the community, right? So
yeah, right.
different. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, big difference.
Big difference.
Um, 610 Yojo Daddy says that Snake Armor gets here Friday for his birthday. So,
Oh, it's gonna be your birthday.
nice.
I get to say happy birthday before it even happens and say we've got that dealt with. So happy birthday, you
Yeah,
tall.
happy birthday. Happy happy birthday. I'm not going to sing, but I will say happy early birthday, and
Yeah.
you will love the Snake Armor. I want to know if any when people get the Snake Armor, I want to know somebody that doesn't like the Snake Armor. I
Oh, there's
don't
gotta be
think
someone.
it's GI Joe. There's gonna be somebody that's got a problem with it. Um,
Super
I
Seven
I
did
would,
it better.
yeah, just stick it together, and she's got a robot in it. Can you put
This
a
is way
reaction in
go.
there? um, but man, it's so much fun. And it's actually surprisingly articulated for what it is. Like you can, and it balances, it stands. You can get a lot of good poses with it. So I'll be curious to see what people don't like about it more than what they do.
Well,
Uh,
it's if they find something, I'm sure it's legitimate enough. I mean, like I think a lot of people are expecting the top thing out of this, but I think some people may have had a few issues about how it closes, the symmetry of the shoulder closing, like over the gap and things like that. But I
Oh,
mean,
it's wonky. Yeah,
yeah.
you gotta fuck with it, but I mean, it once you do, like it's kind of awkward. Um, and you have to like get stuff lined up just right, but it buttons up tight. Like there's no gaps when it's all closed up. That could have been a little better, but it's not anything to really take away from it because of that's what you have to do to get the whole thing to open up. And you actually have a lot of room once it's opened up to put a figure in it. So
Oh yeah,
people are gonna love it.
yeah. I'm
Um,
optimistic, but I only ordered the one.
just plain yogurts here says been waiting months for the Mondo 112 Motu. Pre-orders went up, added Clawful and He-Man, figures, taxes, shipping, and tariffs was 300 plus. Couldn't pull the trigger. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's like 100 and like 125. They talked about it on Circle of Jerks a little bit last night.
saw that.
Uh,
And
oh, that Clawful though, God, that thing looks good.
yeah, man, I got to give credit where credit is due. I have not been a Motu fan for most of the time, but last night I saw that clawful and that He-Man and the photography they did with that.
Yeah,
I was like, I would pay Mythic Legion's prices or Four Horsemen prices for these figures, but they wanted far more than that.
yeah. They're I mean, I don't have any Mondos. I hear, like people love them, people hate them. And I know somebody that had a whole bunch of Mondos that is selling off most of their Mondos just because of, I guess, some of the tactics and the FOMO and some of the quality. And I don't know. It's just what I've heard somebody say. So they're out. They're definitely out of my price range. I know that.
Mm.
There's a few. They've done several that I would really like to have. The Scare Glow being one. Um, and I look at he's got it at Yojo Depot, and every time I go in there, I'm just like, I want this. But I've got probably 8 Motu things, 10 maybe, and that's counting Turtles of Gray Skull. So I just can't pull the trigger on something like that, no matter how awesome it looks.
Yeah,
Uh,
not if you're going to keep pulling the trigger on your main collection at those high prices.
that's just it. The prices on the main things going up. So,
Mhm.
Stu for lunch is in the house. What's going on, Stu? Good evening.
So I'm
Uh,
curious, not to get sidetracked on this, but traditionally I'm more pixelated than you when we stream, and I'm curious if that's going on tonight or not. Um, just because I'm
what?
sitting atop of my router right now.
No, you're fine tonight.
Okay, good.
Perfectly,
And I won't worry
perfectly,
about
perfectly.
if I try to show something, it won't feel futile. That's good.
Mm-mm. Shouldn't tonight. Triple D's Dungeon says that one case freaking beautiful. Just saying, couldn't happen to a weirder guy.
Oh God, yeah. If it can happen to me, it can happen to everybody.
And Lawrence says, when any hobby's no longer fun, it's time to find something new. That is right.
Yeah.
Woody Triple Deuce, the figure addict, has joined us. What's up, Woody?
Up, buddy. Yeah, and that's just the thing. I mean, I'm guilty of a little virtue signaling from now and then when things get tense around here. Be like, hey, man, are you still having fun with these or what? Because it sounds, if you listen to people, some people sound like this is just business to them and they hate going to work.
Yeah, you've asked me that. I ain't gonna say I'm not gonna hide it. You have asked me that too.
You're
So
not the example I was thinking of, but yeah, I won't lie. There's times where I've looked at you going, are you having a good time, bro?
yeah, dude, are you all right?
Yeah.
It's got a pile of toys in. Are you all right?
No, I'm paying the bill.
So so you're waiting on stuff. So I told you so yesterday. My second dick came yesterday. Oh, uh,
Dick in a box.
my dick in a box showed up. So now I have a dick in the box and a dick out of the box.
Just focusing on the one. Don't talk about the other.
I've been waiting to make that joke for like 24 hours.
You know what I've been
And
waiting for? This comment right here.
shark eyes. Snake armor never dropped here, nor the claw. See, we don't always get everything first or at all.
Thank you.
No. And then today I got these guys.
Ooh, yes.
So hang on, got to give them some their
The full
proper
rating.
due. Got to give them their proper due.
Regular cannon you say? No, says I. Watch this, people. Here we just roll through Trailer Park Hotel. September, Ninja Stars.
Ninja Stars.
I was fast
I
enough
don't,
with the sound this time. I heard it.
I don't think they actually come with Ninja Stars though. I don't know. It's probably going to be this weekend sometime before I even get to open these guys up. So, um, I had Slice. I didn't have Dice when I was a kid. Slice was one of my last two Joes that I bought from that era. And I thought Dice was kind of dumb, but Slice looked cool. They really made these guys look good. So I hope they're good figures. They look awesome. I was pretty excited to get these guys in. Um
Yeah. No, I'm really excited to get them, and it just feels like I'm making a fool of myself sometimes. How excited I get over ninjas, considering how much I was mocking them when I first started this.
I'm never gonna not mock them, but that don't mean they can't make some awesome figures out
Oh,
of
100%.
them.
Yeah. I think what did it
Uh,
for me was seeing that big Raiden hat show up. I was like, thank you. Somebody actually cares about these designs enough to bring us really cool stuff like that. I'm in. Hi, gentlemen.
and uh what's up, GI Jet man? And we got Russell Cruz is here saying the video looks so sharp today.
Oh, thank God.
So but that's the thing with the classified, and that's kind of what kills us too, is like all of these characters that we didn't like, they made them so awesome. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm always going to go back to the unholy trinity, Big Boa, Raptor, and old Dick here. That's my unholy trinity, and they're all awesome. I mean, Big Boa was my number 2 or 4 figure last year, so that
But
really says something.
I've always seen that as like the best job to have. And I've said this numerous times, like, and maybe it's just like because I tried to get into comics, I tried being the artist, I tried doing all that before the army. It's that challenge of can you take this least desirable commodity and flip it to the most desirable? Like a challenge like that, no self respecting artist or designer would ever turn it down, right? And I think they've just really knocked those out of the park. You know, it's like making
They
Steve Urkel the most macho man in the frigging world, right?
like
Like,
turning Steve Urkel into Schwarzenegger's Commando.
yeah. Oh, did you see Steve Urkel beat the crap out of Brock Lesnar last night? Yeah,
Yeah,
not
right,
surprised.
right.
Yeah,
Um, so let's see. Say hi to some more people. Tony's Figs is in the house. What's up, Tony?
Tommy.
Uh, got Blitz is in the house. We got Starfighters in the house. I had the 200X Stacktyon from Four Horsemen. I have the 12 Ghostbusters Vankman Mondo. Love it too. The paying for it. Yeah, the I stretch out that paying for as it is. I do use that sometimes. So I definitely know all about that. And Tony says, Adam, stop putting flare guns in the wrong holsters. He's never going to let you live that down on that police officer review.
I was forgiving about that, man. They gave you 3 pistol-shaped weapons and 2 holsters. You have
Right,
process elimination. Happens.
right. Um, that Gun Bunny's in the house,
What's going on, buddy?
and it's Jay Gonzo's in the house. What's up, Gons? So, oh, Lone Dragon says Dice joined Cobra after losing his life savings at the craps table. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I may steal that when I do the review on
Was
him.
after he hit Snake Eyes.
That's right. After he hit Snake Eyes, that's great. War chest full of toys is in the house. What's up?
He is here.
And thank you, Crow. Tony's just being a C unit and whatever. YouTube, I guess, don't like that word. And I did get one other thing in yesterday from BBTS, and it's something that I have been waiting on for quite a while. And it's not anything like a lot of people probably already have this, But this is the interchange kit for the ramen racer.
Oh, right.
So this is the and as you can see, I haven't put it on, but a lot of people probably already know exactly what's in here. It's the wheels, and it's the extra hood with the cutout for the hood scoop, and then the supercharger. So when I got my racer, it was just the standard one, and I wanted this kit that hot rodded up, but it was out of production. And this kit, like, you couldn't hardly find just this kit without the Inferno pack on eBay. Like, they never popped up, and when they did, they were like 60 or 70 bucks. And then he finally issued them and sent some the BBTS. And I've had this thing ordered since like January, and they finally come in. A matter of fact, the last time I checked, they were still on BBTS. So if anybody's got a stock racer and wants this set, like not the flames and shit to turn it into the Hell Charger, just this, it was on there. So I'm excited to get this so I can actually make one racer, the hooked up, juiced up racer with the supercharger, and then I can take all the parts, the stock parts, and put on the other one that's missing all the parts. So, and that's the one that Henry Jones Sr. and Marcus Brody drive around in.
Well, it sounds like you're making the most out of that dollar stretch, right? Like one kit repairs many things. So I'm glad you got that, because I knew you've been waiting on that for a while. So
yeah, because because I got the one racer that had the light that was messed up on it, and they sent me a body, and I took all of the hubcaps or the center caps and everything and the bumper off of the one that was jacked up and put on the one they sent me to have a complete one, and they let me keep the other one. That's the only reason I have two. So, but the whole thing is intact, so it's just missing those few parts. So now I can take those parts and put them on the other one and have almost a complete car. Missing the front bumper. So if anybody has a Ramen Racer front bumper you don't want, holler at me. I don't know why in the world somebody would just get rid of that, but if you do, let me know.
you can always probably find a way to have somebody fabricate it.
Probably. Yeah, that'd probably cost more than it's worth though to have somebody do it. Tony's Fig says the Hunter tank's on the way, baby.
Yeah, I'm in the process of building a prop piece for mine, because something to kill time right now. I can't wait for that tank.
Yeah, I've got a shipping label for it created in the FedEx app, but I mean it's just the label in California and says awaiting product or whatever, but do have labels created.
Yeah.
One of the rest of Monster Force releasing. That's a good question. Although I did see, I think Toy Newsy today, I think it was, posted somebody got the Donner Party and put up either pictures or a review. I don't know who it is. I just saw it like 30 minutes before we went live, that they've got the Donner Party. So I imagine like Robo and some of those guys will probably have them all. They're supposedly on the water now, or they're supposed to be on the way. But I still like the idea of those, but they're getting like $40 a piece. So I can't get many of them. I've got Donner Party and Dr. Caligari ordered from, and Chatsworth, and that's all I've got ordered.
Yeah, I didn't order any of them. Yeah, and it's not that I didn't respect them, like them, enjoy the Monster Force I did have. It's just everybody's feeling the crunch right now, and that was part of the pick and choose part, right? How many lines am I going to really dip my toe in, and how deep do I go with that toe?
Yeah, that may be something, honestly, for me that goes on the chopping block.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that if it's Joe's or this, it's going to be Joe's.
Well,
Um,
and this is the real sadness of it all, right? So these are big world finances that lead to the small guy paying out of pocket an extra $3 US per figure. But in the end, it's not going to be the big company like Hasbro that's probably going to feel that. It's going to be the smaller companies, the Kickstarters, the startups, all the guys that we have the highest amount of respect and want to support. But their figures are just a bit more expensive already, So I feel
yeah,
like they take the big blow on this one, and that sucks.
yeah, yeah, it is. I mean, because that's something that people have really been, looking forward to. Are those? I mean, we've known about them since before Wave One, so it's been quite a while. Um, Dumac says, Buddy hooked him up with the Marvel Gamerverse Psylocke vs Thanos 2-pack. It's going for $100. See, I
Well,
kind of like Thanos, but I know most people want that Psylocke, but
well,
I,
and that the $100, that's the weight of plastic, right? They're not all paired at $100. It's just Thanos is a huge buck, and Psylocke's ass is half the box. So it's just you're paying for it, right? But I didn't like that Thanos enough to excuse buying that Psylocke. That was the end on that one. But I'm
yeah,
glad
I didn't.
that you were happy with there, D-Mac.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. I mean, something you've been wanting. I'm glad you're getting it.
those gamers were
Um,
killing it. So
I actually have some pictures of some Gamerverse stuff that I saw today, and we'll show in just a few minutes. Um, Bobby says, then the Racer come with 2 front bumper options, 68, 69, straight bar, 70 hello. No, it's just got the one. You can take it off and it looks good without it, but it just comes like the base model just comes with the one chrome one.
having said
Mhm.
that, if Darren is wrong and everybody else got 3 bumpers with theirs and he didn't, somebody want to hook him up? Let us know.
Yeah, somebody let me know. Um, Woody says, I'm out too. Money needs to go somewhere else, talking about Monster Force. And Shark says, they said mid to late September, nearly October, not a single update from them. I will say it again, poor form on their behalf. Their social media operations are just, they're, they're slightly below Hasbro. At least Hasbro puts stuff out and will announce stuff like and tell you something. You at least get these emails we've been talking about when something gets pushed back. So
I don't know,
uh,
man. I kind of agree with you and disagree at the same time. I think it's dangerous for a smaller company to put stuff out if they're not 100% sure that that's how it's going to go down. That's how everybody starts talking about the downside of that company, right? Like, you said October, it's now March, you guys are all fucked. It's that bad word of mouth. I'd rather put nothing out there than be wrong sometimes.
that's I think a lot of these companies, but them in particular, kind of get their cart in front of the horse. Even if things are on track and going well, maybe just don't announce so much like all at once, and then you won't have this. Like, yeah, Lawrence gives me shit all the time because I'm always talking about the Monster Force, and he's like, well, it didn't cost you anything, they don't take the money up front, and that's true. I know that just the seeing it so far out, and I had somebody make the comment of like, oh, you must not know about Four Horsemen or something like that. Like that's different. They put it out there and say, here it is, order it now. It's going to be a year, and the campaign goes, you order it, and then that's it. It's there, it's coming, and they might do it with the next thing, but they don't show you 3 years worth of product
And
and be like, yay, here it is.
this to me is like a perfect snapshot of why fucking toy collecting was so much better when we were kids because we never gave a fuck about this shit, right? As an adult, we do. If you think about it, this is the greatest contradiction that toy collectors are experiencing the greatest contradiction. Toys were always meant as an immediate gratification for a kid. Here, open this. Now you are happy. Cha-chow. And kid would stop crying. Kid would stop doing everything. Now we don't get immediate gratification. We're like, here, open this in a year and a half after I make it and ship it to you. It's
Yeah.
counterintuitive. You're always going, what time is it? Why isn't it in my hand? Right?
That's why I keep saying I wish they just go back to the model of back then, like put out a quarter's worth of stuff or 6 months worth of stuff. Here it is. Here's your little guide to what's out there so you can hunt it down.
No,
May the odds ever be in your favor. We'll see you in July.
no, you get more money manipulating your masses over things like FOMO and all that
Right?
other stuff, and you know it in marketing. You're like, it, and YouTubers know it too. How many fucking YouTubers go out there and put a thumbnail out there purposely to entice something that they know it's not being accurate, right?
Yeah.
It's
Oh
meant
yeah.
manipulation for whatever you need. Toys are no different.
There's quite a few of those. Todd C is here, says his slice and dice is lost. Had an update for a few days, was supposed to have arrived already.
Oh, Todd, that's across the board. Everybody says August 6th. That you're, I think you're
Yeah.
all
And Starfighter says, loved your Phalanx review and Punk's heavy weapon loadout that Punk did today. The
the
what was it,
October.
the October heavy. I
Yeah.
saw. I hadn't had a chance to watch it yet.
I started
Uh,
it, got called away, but I was just getting into it because he's using that rat black gunna to bring it across, striking that little. I don't have that one bone.
hmm Roman says, let's do some more verses.
Yeah, buddy. You know, I haven't been making it too much of a secret. I've been having kind of a bummer year, buddy, but it's coming out the other side. I'll get some more creative stuff going as I settle in. But thanks, so appreciate that you like those things. I'll try to get back to it.
Um, And Shark Eye says they time their gifting influencers poorly, especially when some of those said people haven't been all in on the line from day one. How to alienate your customer base and create dissent 101. I'm glad somebody kind of agrees with me. B's Battlegrounds in the house says I'm pretty sure I've had some Operation Monster Force on pre order dang near 2 years. Don't get me started on my 112th Robo Skull. They did just show one of those though the other day, right? One of the 112 guys, didn't they show off one of those? Thought I
They,
heard them talking about that yesterday on Jerks. Oh, we got 38 people watching, so if you don't mind, hit that like and that subscribe and all of that good stuff on here and on Krusty Old Crow, since we're simulcasting on his channel as well tonight.
and if somebody is on my channel and they're wondering why I'm not responding to anything, I am afraid to touch any technology tonight. This started off poorly, so I apologize, guys. I'll get braver. Go.
If you want a good head scratching moment, watch the first 10 minutes if you weren't here. So,
Yeah, but our pictures have been clearer somehow. I sacrificed sound for visual.
yeah. And speaking of thumbnails, so when we get to it, so we like to do our fun little pieces here and write our file cards and have fun over here. Try not to have as much drama and shit over here. Sometimes it happens, but we like to have fun. And we come up with some short file cards for what some of the dreadnoughts have been doing for the last 43 years, 41 years.
Well, I mean, if we do it in the what's how time elapses in comics and movies, like 40 years or a year, however you want to look at it, it's whatever.
Yeah. However,
Yeah.
it doesn't, not necessarily, but so that's what we're going to do later. That's the title of the stream. It's been a hard knock life because for some of these guys, it's been pretty rough.
Yeah, and maybe you'll see a little bit of the jaded come out of the writing.
maybe a little. I know
Yeah.
one of mine's would be interesting. So and Sabir says BBTS uses them too now, or always did. BBTS order shipped on 9/19, still hadn't arrived in New York City. Almost forgot they shipped anything for me. And talking about DHL. So DHL is them, and then handing off to the post office. So I know like this, the racer pack that I was talking about from BBTS left DHL and then they handed it off to the post office. So post office actually was the final carrier on it. And then there was so War Chest talking about Mondo, the new 112 scale are amazing, but with shipping, taxes, and tariffs, they're $160. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy. War Chest did a good job last night, filling in for Matthew Matson on Pop Blender's channel. I'm talking about. Yeah, he had War Chest on last night. Matthews had to take a little bit of leave of absence, had some personal stuff going on. So wish Matthew well. Hope he is back soon and doing okay.
Big time out.
So all right, so let me look and see what all else I've got on the slate.
I'm refill my coffee.
All right, go refill your coffee. I'm still sipping on mine. Some very good coffee too. Actually, service a coffee roaster that opened up, and like they're not even selling it by the cup yet. They're just selling it they're slanging it by the pound. And I bought a pound last time when I was in there, and they give me a couple K-pods. They're experimenting with K-pods. So got one of those that I brewed up in my Keurig, and this some good stuff. It's called 10 Boom Coffee.
I don't know, man. I've been watching Reacher with my kid. All I can think about now is, did this coffee come from a cat's asshole? Like once you hear about cat's asshole coffee, you don't unhear it. So
you don't unhear it, but I tell you what, I've never been anywhere that serves it, but if I do, I'm going to try it.
No, I'd be afraid to tell you if I did serve you that coffee.
I am gonna try it. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the most expensive coffee in the world. Enough about cats' assholes. I'm sure your cat's gonna probably jump up there soon and show us his. So
no, they're with my son at their mom's place this week.
Okay.
No cats today.
Oh wow, the cats go back and forth. I bet that's
100% starfish free.
Oh shit. Lone Dragon says Crystal Ball still not here from Pulse. Illinois to Virginia via FedEx going on a week. Meanwhile, UPS got Cobra Con from Minnesota in a little over a day. There's your difference. Always go UPS when you can.
Yeah, I find things sit in Illinois and then they leave Illinois and go right back to Illinois for another 2 days for some reason. Like they
mine are always Columbus and Atlanta.
Columbus
is a fucking black hole. I mean, I see why Punk don't like Ohio.
For Canada,
is a Columbus.
It's Dorval in Montreal. That is our black hole where toys go and sit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny how some of that stuff works. Samurai Media Mainframe Global is here. What's up, Samurai? Every time I see your name, I think about that part in The People vs. Larry Flint where he's asking where he got the DeLorean tapes, and it's like the Samurai. Oh God, that movie is always worth a good rewatch. Love that damn movie. So all right, so let's see. So we got shipping soon. I usually go through and like try to keep an eye on stuff that's shipping from where and run down. I did it last week with Pop Blender, and I had my list and we went over everything, and stuff has gotten so wacky. I didn't do it this time, but I thought it would be a good time to bring up some of what we've talked about. Some of these whack ass emails that Pulse is sending, and we've been talking about them, and with the shipping dates in the past, present, and future. So I'll show you the one that I got today. So this is the email that I got from Pulse today on Desert Scorpion. So got this. So we know the rundown. Hope the message finds you well. We're emailing you for one of two reasons. Your item will ship soon. We
Or it's
wanted to give you
canceled.
we wanted to give you a heads up that your order is getting ready to ship. See below for details. There's your Desert Scorpion number 180. I ordered in July 29th.
Right.
And then here's the next one, $46.99. Make sure your payment, all that shit is right. And then you get to the bottom and it's like, or pre-order has a new ship date. We're sorry. Regrettably, we must inform you there's been an unexpected delay in shipping the item. The new date is September 24th.
So
Just today.
this is the equivalent of going through a cash checkout at a fucking grocery store and having the clerk go, "Thank you for shopping with us," and you bought nothing. Like, fuck, pick a lane. Give me some info.
Yeah, I hate this so much, you guys. I know you guys have been talking about it in the chat. I have seen, like, in the couple hours, I got to skim my phone looking for stuff between getting home and getting the show ready and eating and all that. I bet I saw 50 fucking posts on the Facebook groups with this.
I'm not gonna lie, I am honestly so tired of the Hasbro email subject because it's just it keeps having to get put on that short yellow bus every time. It's like we all agree the consensus this is insanely stupid, pointless, damaging, and a few other bad words. But what I get is like, okay, Hasbro, if somebody there is listening, can we vote on who goes through the layoffs this year? Because whoever's doing this, I'm sorry, I've got to vote for them.
Whoever is in charge of writing the emails and correlating this stuff, I agree 100%.
Yeah,
I've got
if
Amazon
someone
pulled
else
up
has a
over.
job, great.
Yeah. So I've got Amazon pulled up over here, and Amazon is saying the soonest you're going to get this dude is October 24th. And of course, Shark Eyes mentioned earlier in the chat that he's in Australia. So Shark just didn't get him yet, but he's in Australia.
I know B was here earlier, but I swear to God, I can hear him laughing right now.
Yeah, no. In a voice like thunder.
Okay.
Let's see. Viper Scout is here. What's going on, Viper Scout? How you doing, buddy? And Cooter's Garage is here. Tracked the package from Illinois, went to Arizona, then to Maine before it finally came to Iowa. So that sounds like some stuff that's happened to me. Like they've sent it back and forth. I had something international, and it might have been the last thing that I sent to you, Crow, that it kept going back and forth.
Yeah.
It went to New York or somewhere international, and they sent it back and forth like twice.
Yeah.
So Lone Dragon says a civet is not a cat. Thank you, because I could not remember the name of what is it. It's a marsupial. But Thai elephant asshole coffee is even more expensive. I have not tried that.
Well, I'm waiting for one of you to make the offer to have the coffee made of the most dangerous game of the world, man's asshole. I will serve you the cup. You bring the money.
That's got to go all the way through the digestive tract, right? So, I don't know, man. It's getting roasted. So,
it's one of those things me and my kid always talk about, like whoever came up with the word spoon, who decided a spoon is called a spoon. And I've often come back and gone, whoever looked at, cow's milk and said, you know what? I really want to drink from that cow's tit. I
want to try that.
Somebody wanted to try some coffee filtered through something's anus, and it just disturbs me a little bit.
I wonder that kind of stuff too. So I definitely understand exactly what you mean. So, Shark Eye says there's a time I wished Hasbro Pulse was often offered to Australians, not anymore. And let's see, Kenzo's Creations is in the house. What's up, Kenny? Doing, man. All right. Men drink bath water. I'm not even gonna ask. So we've got this on Desert Scorpion, and my understanding is people got this email on Budo too. I know somebody got the Desert Scorpion email what said September 22nd. Mine was the 24th. I don't have Budo ordered, so I didn't get that email.
No.
Even ordered him yet.
So I'm going to tell the Canadians this, and maybe the Australians if they want to try and deal with Canada for shipping. But the last few big pre-orders that I've had a problem with getting through Pulse, and I wasn't patient enough to see if GameStop. There's a store, a very successful big toy store in Burnaby, British Columbia, called Ages 3 and Up. Any Canadian viewer watching right now, I would highly recommend you go check them out. It's probably not great for the US. I think Punk and I checked that, and it doesn't work the same in the US. But Canadian guys, that's your new option. I think is to save on some of this. Is look to those guys. I would highly recommend. I bought stuff from them before, and I wasn't dissatisfied. But they've had all the pre-orders up on time.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. There was we talked about the snake armor earlier. Some people have it on the way, whatever. I've been charged for mine. I got charged for mine, whatever, Monday, Sunday, whenever it was. Mine have not shipped yet. So my other ones that I have ordered. So the one I got was a friend's that sent me his extra. I'm gonna send him one of mine. So somebody got I helped somebody out because I actually canceled 2 of them. I canceled 2 of my snake armors. So
and actually that brings it up. I think seeing as we brought him up earlier, Lawrence is actually looking for anybody that might have another snake armor out there. If maybe if you ordered too many and you're looking to sell on at cost, maybe reach out to Lawrence Punk of Toys, see if he's still looking. Because I think he mentioned that the other day. His snake order got fucked up.
yeah, and that actually happened to Pop Blender too, and he was able to call and they restored his, but it was a bunch of other stuff too that got canceled along the same lines. And I actually have a story about something that happened to him here in a minute, as far as these orders and canceling and nonsense. So Dragon says, I remember checking a site called Ages 3 and Up a couple years ago. Didn't see any action figures. They change, or is it a different company?
No,
probably different.
The last couple of years, they've had the entire, it's like another BBTS, but in Canada. Yeah, but for some reason, when you look at them in the American website, they just do Transformers. But that's not true.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So Carlos snake armor is supposed to arrive Friday. Kenzo got charged for his Monday. Maybe that's when, I think that's when mine was, like not long before Lawrence went on. So, all right. So as far as like shipping, so I think the next thing is probably Sarge and Mercer and
All Striker.
All Striker. I think the All Striker is still November.
Yeah.
So Sarge and Mercer on Amazon have got up Tuesday, October 7th is the fastest delivery. I will tell you, I don't know if this will change. It may change. I'll just throw this up here.
Yeah, I'll be back in a sec. They're going to turn the camera off and relocate.
Okay. All right. So this is GameStop. GameStop's got Sarge and Mercer shipping on the 27th in 3 days. So they may change this. They've done it before, but we've also seen GameStop get stuff a month before people. The whole Iron Grenadier wave. Like I got those guys from GameStop before anybody had the rest of them. I mean, other than was it the Alpine wave, Alpine and Joe Snake Eyes? They were the first ones that got the Iron Grenadiers. So it might be worth it. $65 though. $65. Sabir says, I'll wait. Amazon is next week for Sarge and Mercer. So maybe that was maybe you got in on the first round of them, and this is the second. So we'll see.
And then finally, we'll hear people fucking talk about whether Mercer is actually as small as they were afraid or not.
I think Mercer will be fine. That's what we were saying. Like, it's not that Mercer is so small; Sarge is just so big.
Yeah, that's how I choose to see it until it's in my hand, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be fine. So,
Yeah.
Let's see. He's going through the chat. Dragon, 3 of his claws got canceled because they sent a payment failure. Didn't know to move the money for both. Yeah, because they just randomly do it. You know, you don't always get that this is going to charge soon email.
Yeah, and that's something I always kind of look at too, and I wonder about a big company like Hasbro, right down to a little company like Fresh Monkey Fiction, right? If you're putting out a release date and asking people to make a wave's worth of money available, let's say $240 US for a wave of figures, right? What's your obligation as a company to understand that you're not maybe giving people enough prep time to do that? You know, shouldn't you want to accommodate that? And that's why I get like on the side of companies that don't put out their release dates firm, because then you get the annoyance of the people like, I had the money when you said, and then I didn't, and you took a while, and now I can't have my toy. Right? Yeah.
And the argument has been made that, if you don't have money, don't order it, whatever. But I still, and that I can see that, but also if I got something that's coming out in December, that's going to be $50, and I know about it 5 months ahead of time, so I'm putting $10 a month back for it.
Sure.
When that shit comes out in October, like out of the blue, like, it's kind of there's two sides to it. So
yeah, and I mean, it's not the company's responsibility to make people fiscally responsible, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure their own employees could speak about how people's budgets work. You know what I mean? It's like, listen to your staff; they should be telling you this is ludicrous.
They laid those off.
They had to keep that email department
off.
running.
Yeah, that's right. They had to keep the AI email department going. Lone Dragon says, put Mercer next to Mainframe, problem solved. Mainframe's like Tunnel Rat small, which I don't.
I think he's even smaller. I think, who was it? Was it B that showed the pictures of him next to other characters? Yeah, I think he's smaller than Tunnel Rat.
Yeah, I'm all right. I don't care. Not everybody's the same size. Frank Doom News here.
Hey, Frank.
Works for me. Has worked for me. All right, so that stuff, just check your dates, and if you're somebody that wants it sooner, you already know to play that shell game, looking around for who's going to send it first. So I've got a couple of things we'll look at here. So these guys are going up tomorrow at, I believe, noon Eastern.
Yes.
Punisher Nick Fury.
I'm down for one for sure.
This? Yeah, I think I'm going to order this. Yeah,
that
one's all I need.
That Nick Fury buck, though, that's just like to me. I know, it's easy to say it, but that's another green shirt kind of concept for my figure shelf, right? That could be a few different people. So,
well, I mean, he's kind of Tiger Force colors.
Sure, I can see the Tiger Force, absolutely, but also just, bottom line is gritty espionage guy, it's very workable. And I don't know, there's something about that Nick Fury expression I like too, and that case of cash, the way the money's strewn about. Just looks like a really good set to have maybe more than one of.
Yeah, and I had made the comment, like, I wish they'd put some different weapons in there other than stuff we've already seen. But as far as Marvel guns go, these are actually pretty good. So it's a lot of what come with the that Punisher and flesh cannon guy. What's his name?
Bushwhacker. Bushwhacker.
Bushwhacker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So though they're actually pretty decent weapons as far as Marvel weapons go. Carlos says Samuel Jackson's looking kind of pale.
Blasphemy.
A little bit, a little bit. But
Yeah.
I like this Punisher. I like the white gloves and the holster and the boots. So
Well, and I think you kind of made a good point there. The reason I didn't buy the last Punisher 2-pack is because I just did not want to get stuck with that Bushwhacker. Didn't like the character in the comic, liked him even less as an action figure. So I didn't buy a Punisher that I probably might have enjoyed. This feels a little bit more redeeming.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you get two good characters with this one, whereas I don't really feel like with this set you're buying one that you don't want to get one that you really want.
No, and it goes more to that point also, right? We're coming into more expensive figures now. I don't know what this is priced at in the US, but in Canada this is $71.99. Right? I think that's closer to 55 to 60 US for you guys, somewhere in there, right? Maybe in
Yeah.
that ballpark. So if I had bought
should
the
be.
Punisher and Bushwhacker at that rate, I wouldn't have room to buy this probably. I'd be like, no, I bought my Punisher. I bought the wrong one. Oh, shit. So it's a great, maybe this is the right time to get a little choosier because other things are coming down the pipe that you do want.
Yeah. And I did buy it because I didn't have a Punisher figure and I knew that one had some pretty good articulation. I didn't even remember who the hell Bushwhacker was, and I have that comic.
He was trendy in the 90s. In the 90s, Marvel went through this idea that certain villains would be more intimidating if their guns were flesh cannons strapped like into their hands, right? So you had Bushwhacker come out, and then X Factor had Random come out, and they both had gun arms that made it a skin. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I can't wait for this trend to die.
I actually have him right here. Actually, there he is.
Yeah,
he looks like the veins and the wrinkles.
I'm sorry, change the angle because that just looks like a scrotum hanging off an elbow.
That's so. I mean, I just call this dude Flesh Cannon. I can't ever remember his damn name. But I actually like that Punisher, and I didn't have a Punisher at the time, so
sure.
I'm fine with it. But I actually like this one more, and I hope the heads can swap. They should, but we say that about Joe's too.
The only thing I feel bad about this is remembering that this is and I agree, Tony. The last Punisher was awesome. It's just Bushwhacker is half the cost. If I could buy one separate, I would. But this one being based off that obscure Sega game, Punisher being in blue, I feel bad for anybody who likes this Punisher but can't get around the blue. Yeah, I'm like, otherwise you've got a great set. I don't mind the blue, but some people might, right?
And in those comics, the day, that was how they drew dark black, was they shaded the blue in. So
cell shading. Yeah.
And what I thought was funny was when they did the stream, when they announced this pack, not once did they say what game it was actually from. And
I thought they mentioned. Yeah, I thought in the live stream they mentioned it was a Sega Genesis, like 1992 joint or something like that.
They did, but they never said the name of the game. And I was trying to remember what it was because I played it, but I couldn't remember what it was.
So if I guess with the Gamerverse stuff, I think half their legalities are to not name the game, and that gives them more free reign, right?
I think you're right. It was kind of annoying trying to remember what the hell the game was knowing surely they're going to say it, and they never did. Maybe they've done that in the other ones too. I didn't pay attention to them because I wasn't interested in them.
No.
Jay Astro's here, says the amount of bushwhacker hate in this room is appalling. And I know how much he really liked it when I called it a flesh cannon. I remember Jay Astro really liked that.
I gotta find something redeeming to say about everything at some point, Jay, and I'll just be like, Bushwhacker's the luckiest guy in the world because he's got you backing him, buddy. That's it. That's the
right.
nicest thing I'm gonna say about him.
He's always gonna have Jay Astro to hold his flesh cannon for him. So we got that. That's going up tomorrow. So set your alarms or whatever you do. I did see this. So a little bit of well, oh wait, help if I scroll the right screen, huh?
I was gonna say, you saw the same thing.
Yeah. They Pulse put this out today during New York Comic Con. There's going to be a stream Thursday the 9th at 12 to 1 Eastern, and it's going to cover Star Wars and Marvel Legends. And then on the 10th, they're going to be doing G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters, and Transformers. So that's going to be showing off, I guess, everything that they're going to be showing at New York Comic Con, which should be when the first round of Pythonas go up.
That's what you would think, right?
Mistaken.
Yeah, no, and that's my understanding as well. So I always see when they pair these things off, right? Like the first two pairings is Marvel and it's Star Wars, Brazilian exclusive. I just wonder, like, okay, is Pythona going to be the only thing carrying the Joe announcements, and then we're going to get a lot of Ghostbusters or something like that? Like, I just get the feeling like we're not going to get a ton of Joe news out of NYCC.
I honestly, I kind of hope we don't. Let me get through this year. Like maybe some name onlys or something, and not a lot of pre-orders. We should have one more round of pre-orders though.
But if we look at that flow chart of what they were putting out for the year, I think we've hit most of the marks now. So I don't think there's a whole lot left for them to announce, unless they want to pivot on a couple of things and change some stuff up. But I don't think they are.
Right? Yeah. Joe Fan 84 is in the house. What's up, man? So this is the Super 7 Pythona picture that come out earlier today. So this is the Reaction Plus, not the Hasbro one. That's why I threw it on here. So be curious to see how this winds up looking. Don't know that I'm gonna buy it. I just think that it'd be be interesting to see.
There's Super 7 has its appeal to a very specific type of Joe fan, right? And it's not wrong. Just not my thing.
So let's see. War Chest saying Marvel Legends $27 now. Joe's too.
Yeah. Canada, they're $36.99 now to start.
Bushwhacker Bob, Tasmania. Oh God, Tasmania, man. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. God, that was such a good game. That game was so hard to get when it was new. I hadn't thought about that game in 40 damn years. Stanu Stanley chiming in here. Just 4 reveals left for 2025, including a $150 vehicle. Hope to God it's the Thunder Machine.
So, so part of me is like, it would seem like it could be the Thunder Machine. And then there's parts of me that are going, wasn't there talk about the Triple T coming to this line at some point and another Slaughter figure contracted? They released Snake Eyes in one wave. I don't think anything's off the table for disappointment anymore.
In one wave in 1 week.
Yeah, it's like, God, I hope it's the Thunder Machine.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know if they would do 2 Slaughters that close together, but you got me there because they just did it with Snake Eyes. So
yeah.
Beardy McBeardson's here, says congrats Crow on the 1,000.
Thanks. I'm not gonna lie, guys, about the 1,000, and Darren, I think you totally get this. It's not like I have 1001. I had 1000. So I woke up this morning going, am I back to $9.99? Because I just
Yeah.
registered with YouTube for all this info. Wow. How does this even work if you go back down, right?
Yeah. Yeah. What
That
do they
consumed me
do?
for a bit.
Do they take it all away? So
Oh, nope. Sorry.
uh,
Fuck you.
yeah, no. No, actually, we're going to take money out of your account now. Thanks for linking it. So
Just
we're gonna take $5 for every one you lose.
yeah.
Jay Astro says the next vehicle will be the Snake Eyes Mobile with yet another Snake Eyes. I feel like Snake Eyes is kind of like McFarlane Batman.
So I know he's joking, but I will remind people we have not yet seen the Silver Mirage.
This is true. This is true. Hopefully, this one will stay together.
What a nice little price point of a vehicle that will be when they need it, right?
Yeah. The sidecar. I like the Silver Mirage better than the Ram. It's not as iconic. Say it's not as iconic. I like them both, but I just like the Mirage better. Lone Dragon says, I hope it's the Thunder Machine. So the Thunder Machine is not next year's HasLab. I can't disagree.
Yeah, I can't either. I was thinking about that Dreadnoks Thunder Machine. If it were a HasLab, I just can't see the tiers being palatable. You know, like we're so used to being Dreadnoks over the counter one way.
Yeah.
Now you're going to lock them behind a paywall.
Yeah, and it'd be like Thrasher with some of those Wish Temu Dreadnoks. So just give me modular
even then,
stuff.
it's just you were collecting them without issue on regular retail, and then all of a sudden you're going to take this unit and move them behind that paywall. That doesn't feel right. It's not the same as Night Force and Tiger Force that we're already kind of hoops to jump through to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Ninja Lightning, man. No more Ninja. No Ninja vehicles, at least. War Chest, did Joe's go up to $27.99 or 26 or $27.99? I think it's 26.
I think you guys were looking at on average it was a $3 increase for you guys, which worked out to be about a $4 increase for us up north to kind of make up that.
It is $27.99 is what they're going to be going up to. Wetsuit and sci-fi on Amazon were $27.99. So I just, man, that's a whole nother thing there. So I saw this today. I went in a Walmart. We talked a little bit about the Gamerverse stuff, but we've talked a whole lot about the Walmart displays at some of the Walmarts. That's been big news for the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks. So I went in the one today that I go in that actually has that display.
Yeah.
And I saw this.
Dicks in box.
Lots of dicks in a box. So where was this the last like 5 weeks that I've been going in there? There's 4, 6, 9 of these today on the peg. And there's one person I know that I'm friends with that needed this guy. And I sent him a message. I was like, hey, do you still need Crystal Ball? And I didn't hear anything back. And I was like, and I had to go to another account for work. I'm like, I hate to not buy this and them say yes, but I also hate to buy it and get stuck with it. And so I didn't. And they answered me back like 45 minutes later. And literally it was in stock at Walmart, at a Walmart near them. And they bought it today and were going to pick it up. So,
well, it's good you checked it out first before you bought it,
because I'm not going to be back. By the time I'm back, they'll be gone in that area. But you see, they got the firefighter. They got 3 Stingers, which are probably the same 3 that have been there since they set this thing up. And then the other ones, they got in. They had some Sandmans.
That I was interested in. I'm waiting to see that out here. Because I want an old Sinister 6. I want an old school Spider-Man Sinister 6.
I do too. I want this guy. I want all of these, but
yeah,
right now, they're not priority, so I didn't pick him up.
No, but I heard everybody kind of slamming the new Mysterio. Like, nobody wanted this. I was the quiet guy going, I kind of needed it. I kind of need it.
Yeah.
Sandman's the same.
So they had him. They had a whole bunch of the Spirit Spider, which I do want to pick up because, I mean, it's a skull, so it looks awesome. So then some of the Marvel stuff, nobody's buying these Thunderbolts.
Well, and I don't blame them. Like, there are some characters from the MCU, I'm talking about the cinematic universe, that really look good, right? Like Punisher. He's perfect, right?
Yeah.
But in reference, like, the costumes are always good, but there's just something about seeing an actor's head on this body that doesn't make it feel like the real character.
Yeah. That's
You know,
it.
I've heard
That's
that
kind
from
of
a lot
my
of people.
thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thing with some of the MCU stuff is like, I like it in the MCU, but in a figure, there's very few that I want a figure that looks like an actor in the movie when there's a comic version. Punisher's an exception. I've got the Daredevil Born Again one ordered. But there's few.
And that's the part that confuses me. I think they got really confused after Civil War and Endgame and all that, what their MCU figure sales would look like. And they failed to pay attention when their movies were starting to get harsh criticism. That meant the characters weren't as popular anymore. And you were still throwing everything into this line with it. It just seemed like they weren't paying attention to the vibe anymore, right?
Yeah. I feel like that too. That's kind of my same feelings on it as well.
What got me was the Falcon and Winter Soldier line had this US agent, and I was going to buy this just as a single figure. And you know what it came with? One part of Falcon's wing and no goddamn shield. He didn't even have a shield.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. That's the way that they do some of them, like the choices that they make with some of these characters with what they do. Lone Dragon says, I got to dig through my unopened Spider-Man box. I think I have Sandman, but I need Mysterio and J. Jonah Jameson. So I think I've got a picture of I'll go. Nope. So that's the last one. So next to these, the empty peg to the left, the peg over was about that many J. Jonah Jamesons. He's the only one that they've had. And I want him too. I want this whole wave. It's just not the priority right now.
No, and this, Marvel is going to be one of those ones where I knew I wasn't going to collect them all anyways, right? So saying no to them just feels like I'm rewarding buying more Joes,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're like, I'll wait because that means I can pick up one of them $27.99 Joes.
Mm-hmm.
So they had this too. I know some people have been looking for this one, the War Machine and the Omega Red.
Yeah, for the Omega Red for sure.
See, I like the War Machine. I care less about Omega Red, but
we should split on
this.
that.
Just me. It's just me. So if you're somebody that's been looking for it, I mean, and you've got one of these Walmart displays, they are showing up. But this is the first time I've seen the Thunderbolts, and it's the second time that I've seen the War Machine and the Omega Red, but last time they just had two.
Yeah. No, I've only seen the Cap, the Venom, the fucking Silver Samurai, all that. Haven't seen this one yet. Thunderbolts, I can pick them up at any given point. I don't think I will. But I liked how the Thunderbolts looked. I just wasn't a fan of the movie at all. I really wasn't.
Yep. Sabir says, talking to Todd, the police ESU, isn't in stock in the USA. There's a scalper on eBay who's selling them for $119 and he sold 13. Is that in hand? Because the last time that I looked on eBay for that, that guy didn't actually have them yet, but that might be somebody else. Or no,
And
Yeah, that it was. They were in Singapore, I think, is what it was. That's what it was.
Okay, it's times like that I start getting a little bit miffed because it tells me that people just don't learn the lesson, right? Yes, they
Mhm.
said nothing about this police figure. You don't have to be a genius to figure out the social climate probably dictated quiet, but they still released it, right? And it's going to hit your shelves at some point. It is going through its distribution phases. The problem is no one's talking about it and it's upsetting everybody and they're panicking now. I'm not going to get this figure. We panicked over
Yeah.
Breaker. We panicked over Crystal Ball. We just panicked over Steeler and short fuse. This is not any different. Don't go robbing yourself, paying twice what this figure's worth because you're afraid you're not going to get it. Please.
And we see that a lot with this, with all of this stuff. So Kenzo says, I caved today and ordered the Mondo He-Man. I knew you were going to order it. Did it on the 4 payment plan. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to do it if you're going to do it on these big ticket items. If you know, so fun. Go ahead, Crow.
No, I was just going to say I wish more companies would adopt that now with the changes that are coming to the toy market. Like give guys some
Yeah,
payment options. Remember layaway?
yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Layaway was a thing.
Yeah.
So layaway was a thing. I'm just hearing Yin Yang
Heart
Twins
Pepper
in my
Times remembers.
head. Pepperidge Farm. I need to get that clip. I thought I had it, but I don't. Anyway, so funny you should mention Staler and Short Fuse. Boy, was this a shit show.
Yep.
These guys. We got the misinformation of they're coming out. They're going to be on the Geek Out. There, set your alarms for 8 a.m. Eastern, and then late it come out. Oh, never mind. They're not going to be on there. They weren't on there, and then when it dropped, they're on there, but you can't actually find them. You can't find shit trying to find anything on the Target site. I couldn't even find the Geek Out. Like I couldn't even find a section for it. So these guys went up and they weren't at Pulse. Then they were here, and then they went up on Pulse. And I timed it when I finally got the link for this, thanks to Baldy Locks posted the link. I went to Target and I was able to get through it and get these guys ordered. And then I went over to Pulse. And by the time I got into Pulse, they were on Pulse. So I ordered them on Pulse as well. And I'll cancel whichever one, that shell game we talked about. But I didn't realize that until I already ordered them on Pulse, that on Pulse, they're $7 more expensive.
That's the best up, man. But there's
So,
a weird contract out there somewhere where this makes sense. But
so you got $62.99 at Pulse, and then you got $54.99 at Target. So you got $7. And I think it was Lawrence that said, probably when Target placed their initial order, they ordered them at that price, and then Hasbro was able to raise it to match whatever they're having to raise the prices for to match, but they still had to guarantee Target's initial orders at $54.99. I guess that's right. That sounds right.
Right. So you also apply survivor bias on this, right? Like you're looking at one market, the US. That's it with Target. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody from Australia or England or Canada is ordering these from Target on the majority. It's not their market, right? So Hasbro can afford to give Target a contract like this because those other countries are going to order from Hasbro.
Correct. Archangel Michael Mars is in the house, and hello, my people. What's going on, Archangel? How you doing? And let's see.
I've never seen your name in Also, it's good to see you. Or if I have, I just didn't notice you put
Uh,
Archangel in front.
and it looks like he is come over from your channel. I think I got a little
Oh,
link thing here, and I think that is
oh, maybe
what
I
that
have.
means.
Yeah, maybe I just not
So,
used to seeing you on lives. Maybe that's what it is.
well, either way, welcome to the show. We do this every other Wednesday over here. So,
Yeah, I'm
um,
also old and senile, so there's that.
and Shark Eye says, yes, Hasbro Pulse, where fans come first. BX Medic is here. What's going on, Medic?
Hey,
Yeah, so Target, Sabir says he couldn't find them on Target till after 9:15 and they weren't sold out. Um, and then hella refreshing search queries over that whole 15 minutes with Target. And Pulse saw them at 90, he saw them at 9:07. They stayed up at Target for a minute. Like they sold out at Pulse long before they sold out at Target. But I think it's because you couldn't find them unless you were able to find the link.
yeah. Anyway, about this, I am kind of over it. And I mean, on the grander scale, when we're talking about having to make these choices and toys now, I think the first and easiest thing for me to do is get over this FOMO bullshit now. Like,
Yeah.
first off, we're going to talk about the word exclusive and what that actually means now. It means fuck all. And I pardon me for being blunt about it, but it only means something for the first week. And then you start finding out that they want this thing out there. They're making it more and more available. They're just taking weird routes to get it done. They're unpredictable about it, but eventually it all comes out in the wash. And in the meantime,
Yeah.
people are overpaying in their panic. And that is like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. If you look at Hasbro, it used to be a problem. It did. Try getting Shadow Tracker. Try getting the Walmart exclusives from when they were first coming out.
Range Viper.
Yeah, just good luck, right? You couldn't. As a
Yep.
company, you have to learn something from that, and probably what you learned is FOMO is really powerful. The word exclusive incites panic. All of that incites spending,
Yep.
overspending, and you love that as a company. So I'm just not
Yep.
playing this game. Like I
Um,
honestly closed my eyes and put up my hand, and some small retailer allowed me to order this with no issue.
yeah. And you've been able to get several of the things that this has been an issue with.
Yep.
So Pop Blender jumping in here, saying I'm fucking over it. Good timing because I was just about to talk about you.
Yeah.
So I sent him the link for this to make sure that he didn't miss it, and he ordered it, and he told me today that Target canceled his pre-order for this, that he just put in whatever the Friday, whatever day it was. Target has already canceled this for no reason whatsoever. Target's notorious for it. Walmart is even worse for it. Uh, I'm with you guys. I'm so tired of these exclusives, but they're not going away. Unfortunately, but chasing these things down and setting an alarm and worrying to get the FOMO catching you and all this, I do think, yeah, that's right. They did. They canceled War Chests too. I figured he would have put it in here if he's still listening.
Punching the drywall.
I do feel like they've gotten better as far as these exclusives go over the last year and a half, as far as in the end you're able to get them. I mean, here for us North America, you're able to eventually get them, and I'm going all the way back to I guess probably the first one that I really was on board with trying to get was Chuckles. And I wound up with a lot of Chuckles, but so did a lot of other people, because he was the first one really that, since I had started collecting, my first experience really trying to get one of these whatever con exclusives, and the later stock being pretty gettable on Pulse, because he came and went for a while, but he was on Pulse for quite a while. And I feel like since Chuckles, by the time it's like said and done, most of these exclusives have been fairly easy to get before it's over with. And I'm looking at Once a Man Cobra Commander last year. We all raised hell over that one. Um, Nemesis Immortal is probably one that I think, because people weren't prepared for it being in stock, maybe, and it took a lot of people by surprise. But look at, Cold Slither, the most recent one that we've had, like it's in stock now. We all went ape shit over Cold Slither, and you can order it now. So I'm kind of like you, like I'm trying not to let this FOMO
No,
drive
because
me with these things.
honestly, I think it's smart business, honestly. It really is. For me to create a buzz, any type of buzz that drives my product into your head, it's not a bad idea. So here's what I see Hasbro doing. Once every fucking year or quarter or twice a year, they're going to pick one kit that's a little complicated and pricey to make, such as a snake armor or maybe some modular stuff. And they won't make as many of that. And they won't feel bad about that if you weren't able to order it in that window, because that's going to make you afraid for the next one that you're going to miss that too. And that's
Yeah.
the trick, right? Snake armor. Oh, you had to order that from Hasbro. It ran out. Okay, now we're releasing Cold Slither, Pythona, all these other ones. Aren't you afraid you're going to miss it just like you missed that one? By the way, that was expensive for us to make, so we kind of win on that. Like
Yeah.
to me, it's all strategy. And if if I'm going to let it bother me, then yes, it's time to move on to another hobby. That to me is my bottom personal line in the sand. If it's going to get me to the point where I'm not having fun, it's time to move on. And I think a lot of people are saying it's kind of getting a little less fun.
There's a lot of people saying that, just for exactly what we're talking about, and this back and forth is chasing things down. Michael Morris says right here, hunting them in the wild is laughable, and for the
Well,
most part, it
only if you
is.
go to a convention. If you go to a convention, then it's a sport, right? Like you have to
Yeah,
spend money to spend more money.
that's right. You were able to clean up a lot of your back catalog when you went to Joe Fest, but it also cleaned out your wallet.
Absolutely, right? But I get what he's saying. If you live in an average community, you maybe have one store that carries this shit. And it's only the
Yeah.
stuff that's out right now, not back catalog.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely ridiculous the way they do it. And what you just said, like we'll make this one gettable, but this next thing, like, yeah, we're only gonna make so many of them, and you got that fear there because I've said in the last year and a half, but in that last year and a half, also look at what we've had, all Pulse exclusives, mind you, Hasbro's own exclusives, the Vamp, the Ferret, the snake armor. Where's that shit? So
So
the
here,
pulse stuff.
if I'm lying, then explain to me why it is right now you have a Stinger selling at $50 retail, and you've just released a modular Steel Brigade fortification that has the only piece you really need to make a vamp on there, those twin 50 cals. It's the absence of the figure. And you can't, for the life of you, find a way to remarket this. But yet you did Blood again, no problems. We gave him a brand new paint job and covered those pins. Like, it's just, you can't tell me this isn't part of the plan. It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, I agree, and it's a fucked up plan, but it's kind of working for them. It just, we keep going back. We're like that battered wife. You just keep
Well,
going
and
back because it's familiar, I guess.
That's what it comes down to. I have no one for myself to blame when I fall for the plan, right? So now it's
Yeah.
just, hey, if you're going to make this harder, I'm just going to manage my expectations. And they weren't very high going into this now. And that's unfortunate.
No. No. Kenzo says he got his chuckles because his friend Faker Battle Cat found them for $7 at freaking Goodwill of all places. That's a score. That's one for the ages. Is finding that sealed at a Goodwill. I don't know how that got through Goodwill's screening now because they screen shit because they run their own auction site
No, man.
now.
If it's anything, so I had worked at Value Village for 6 months when I got bored of being retired, just to see how it all worked. And places like Goodwill, what they are, they're nonprofit for charity. Usually, I'm talking about thrift shops in general, like
Oh
Salvation
no,
Army,
thrift. Some
Savers.
thrift shops are
Yeah.
Goodwill is a corporation.
So when they go to price things, they have a minimal database that kind of tells them an idea, but a lot of things are just done on weight. They weigh the item and they put a price tag on it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I keep going back. Yeah.
Some of those your independents are, but something like a huge chain like a
No,
Goodwill,
no.
they
I'm
actually
talking about
vet the stuff.
so I'm talking about Savers. You guys have
Okay.
I think it's called Savers out there.
Mm-mm,
They're a
not here.
massive. Okay. Yeah, they're a U.S. branch, but that's what Value Village is, and that's what it is. It's all these donations that go to, say, the Heart and Lung Foundation. All those donations get weighed, and they put a dollar amount on it, and that
Yeah.
Savers buys it, and then they weigh the
Okay.
individual item. Go, it's this much worth of wood, so it's $15. There you go. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, but you realize that's one of three in the world. No, didn't show up on our database like that. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
I win.
Yep. Yeah. Good for me.
Yep.
And Eric's asking, you think that will show up at Target in the wild eventually? Yeah. Now it might be at the end of the cycle when it hits the shelves and they put it on clearance because the next 2-pack or the next figure with animal or whatever is coming. But I think I think it'll be like Breaker. Maybe there won't be quite as many, but I think eventually
Yep.
we'll see these at Target.
I think it.
Um,
I think it's the initial returns on how their online sales demands do that dictate just exactly when these things start populating shelves in abundance like that. Once all orders are completed, once all the fucking returns are done, all complications are sorted out, they know what they're dealing with. That's when you see it, and I think that's generally anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months, right? So
Yeah, it's not like the turnaround is so quick as far as when the stuff's dropping and the time it takes to actually get in the stores. And Target is, depending on how you look at it, either the world's best or the world's worst about clearancing stuff as soon as it comes out. You
oh
might see it at Walmart if they get it in the store and there's not a spot for it or whatever. But as far as rotating, um, stock and doing resets and stuff. I mean, Target shit will go on clearance at Target like, 2 weeks a month after it comes out with some stuff.
we saw it all the
Um,
time, like tons of clearance sales on items that have been out for like 2 weeks. Like, how did this
yeah,
happen? Yeah.
yeah. We saw it with we saw it with the tiger paw eventually. You remember how hard to get the tiger paw was at first?
And then it wasn't,
Um,
but the ferret's
yeah,
impossible.
Yeah, because it was only a Pulse exclusive. But wait, they showed up on BBTS. Hasbro can't put them back out for their customers that pay for a subscription for the chance to get something, but they can sell the rest of them to BBTS. So that's what gets me. And yes, Carlos, at 100%, the Vamp shortage will sell the Vamp Mark II. They
Right.
overproduced the Stinger, but that's what everybody's clutching their pearls on pins and needles about. Oh, is there going to be enough Vamp Mark IIs? Because it's an actual Vamp. Are we going to be able to get it? And that's That's
But
exactly right.
and so this serves to the point about the Vamp Mark One. Not that I don't want to dwell on this slide because we've been looking at it for quite a while, but this is the
Well,
first
I'll
set.
just take it off. How about that?
Well, but this was the first set I really saw the team at Hasbro putting an emphasis on OG-13. Like, look, guys,
Yeah.
OG-13, and they're like, look at the OG-13. Aren't you happy, OG-13? And I'm like, yeah, you give us that, but at the same time, you're kind of flaunting the whole Vamp situation all over again, right? Like,
Yes.
that's awesome, OG-13, and you paid it zero respect.
That's
Like
exactly
zero.
right. Just there you go.
Yeah.
I like Jay Astro's comment. Once we've canceled everyone's orders, then we can put them on the shelf.
And they
That's what
buy the
Walmart did.
no, but that's the point. They cancel your orders, then they put them on the shelf, and they still get your money. Who
Yeah.
cares for them?
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what Walmart did with Crystal Ball, canceling people's orders, and then yet people finding, like I saw today, 8 or 9 of them on a shelf, and it's weeks before they're supposed to actually be released.
Yeah.
And Carlos says Steeler and Short Fuse will be on the shelf after the Diver 2-packs sell through. That
The
could
never
be. That's
are those moving out
yeah,
there?
yeah. Yeah, that diver set, I know they haven't shipped yet, but that diver set is going to be the Tiger Force tripwire and roadblock.
I so I that thing I had a Simpsons quote out of it when the teacher loses his mind on Lisa, and he's like, "Lisa Simpson, the answer to the question no one asked." That's exactly how I felt about the Diver 2-pack. I'm like, the answer to the question no one asked, right?
There's a lot of people that are really hyped over the divers. I know my cousin really looking forward to them divers. So
I like them and all, but man, I was
yeah, you
just
got
like,
them.
man, why? Why?
And I'll, like, if I see them on clearance, like I'll get them, but I'm not clamoring for them. And I'm one of the guys that was like, yeah, I'd like to have some of this cartoon stuff and whatever. But now what I will be pissed about is I won't get these guys, and I don't have Snake Eyes in the Bear. I didn't order that either. I won't get this shit, and then it'll become impossible to find. Then they'll announce that they're actually going to make some kind of mass device.
Yeah.
And I'll wind up paying $75 for a 2-pack of divers that I don't even want.
Yeah. Why?
Um,
That's the game, man.
Yeah, because that's the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
If I owned Hasbro right now, I'd be time of my life manipulating all of us.
Oh my god, man. Just Plain Yogurt says he's been reading the original Joe comics in the 3rd issue with the giant robot, the Trojan robot, I think. Trojan Gambit. Steeler was a buff dude, forced open a security door with his bare hands. Doesn't look like they captured that physique. Well,
You know what?
that's okay.
I kind of disagree. That was one of the things I noticed about Steeler, and maybe it was just I thought his neck looked really thick with that haircut. I thought he looked kind of like a reacher, like just
Oh.
stocky.
Well,
But
I could
maybe
show
I'm
it if you
wrong.
hadn't have made me take the slide off.
Well, I make you do a lot of things from so far away. There,
I
now you
don't
can
know.
replace me with it.
So there, let's have a look at Steeler's neck. What do you guys think? You think Steeler's got a thick neck?
I think I'm just imagining stuff, but I thought he looked a little stocky.
Oh, Steeler and his thick neck, that son of a bitch. Where most of us are probably pretty excited for Steeler. I like Steeler, man, and we got that Hunter tank somewhere out there on the Pacific waiting for us. So
Yeah. As much as I'm excited about the Hunter, I ordered only the Hunter. So Steeler's the only figure I'll be able to show on it because the one spot to put the figure.
I got to figure out what I'm going to do for Toll Booth. Clint Jorgensen's here, says your cousin that likes the divers better not be the one that we know. It is. Get him. Get him.
I get, you
He
know
likes
what?
it.
Only
Ketchup
because I
mustard.
went to Joe went to Joe Fest, and that's where I first met Pop, and he put on the goddamn Bucky squirrel costume. I could totally see him wearing the yellow diver suit to Joe Fest.
Don't
Maybe doing
tempt him.
some karaoke in it.
Don't tempt him. We would probably go to the karaoke if it was a little more adult oriented. We didn't even go this year, but last year we went up there because he used to host karaoke and I used to sing badly a little bit when I'd go hang out with him, and we went to check it out, and it's like, there's not enough shots being passed around up here for,
And that was it.
So
When I went
yeah.
with you guys the year before, I saw that karaoke going, and everybody was having a good time. And all I could think of is how proud I was that I didn't drink anymore, because how foolish I would feel the next day. I cannot.
Yeah. So we were like, yeah, we got to go check it out, and it was family friendly karaoke. I'm like, well, guess not gonna be singing, not gonna be doing any Master P or anything like that tonight. So Wraith Mace is here. What's up, Wraith?
Hey, buddy, good to see you. What's our next topic? Because I thought of one that I didn't run by you, and it's a 2-second, but I was curious. Has anybody checked out Marvel Zombies today on
I
Disney?
asked so when you were working out your camera and your sound issues, I asked that earlier, but I mean there was like 9 people in here then, so I was curious too.
Yeah, I watched it today. I actually kind of liked it more than I thought I would.
I think it looks good. I don't know when I'm going to get to watch it in the next few days, but I'm going to. I've been kind of looking forward to it, so
It's only 4
I
episodes.
think it looks good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they drop
4
all 4? Or
yeah, they all showed
okay.
up this morning. I don't think
Okay.
there's going to be more. I think it'll just carry over to another season at some point. But yeah, they kept it easy to watch.
Yeah, and it's pretty adult oriented, right?
Enough so, yeah. I mean, they're not
Okay.
going full AMC with this, but they didn't
Yeah.
they didn't hold back on some stuff that they would have normally, right?
Okay. Well, good. Because I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I like the concept of it, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. Clint said get a Pikachu onesie and customize it for the diver. I was thinking like a yellow Teletubby might do it. Oh, let's see. I'm tripping on the neck comments. He had daddy long neck
long
and
neck,
wide
remember
neck,
I forgot
thick
about that.
neck and long neck. So I said they're rappers, like a rap duo. Talking about the
They've been
Yin Yang
replaced by the
twins.
albino chick now, right? Like the girl with the dreadlocks and the skin whiter than your shirt.
Yeah. So there you go, Kenzo. Make them say, na 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 na. So y'all that's gonna be relevant for something I'm doing in the next probably 6 weeks. So keep that in mind. You might hear that again. Love me some Master P. Yeah, the karaoke was rough. It was all right, but it just wasn't like it wasn't get hammered and sing Freebird karaoke.
Let's put it this way. It wasn't the kind of arena where you had a whole lot of extroverts ready to grab that mic, right? Like
that's right. That's right. They would have if Pop Blender would have had got up there and sang some Prince sexy motherfucker. Like they would have cut the lights out on him, I think, during that karaoke.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Let's see. We're reading through the comments here. Does anyone have intel on why shift from Ripper's yellow with black block print to green fatigue? What in classified? I think it was just the way he was drawn in Sunbow. So like the way it is on the thumbnail, yeah, that was just ripped off
Well,
of one of the panels in Sunbow.
I'd have to see the original Ripper packaging, but I noticed it with Monkey Wrench. If you look at Monkey Wrench's original
Yeah,
package, jeans had these patches, and it was a very niche style from that time in the 80s that was cool, right? And it
yeah,
just doesn't look right now, and that might have been the case with what they did with Ripper, just saying that style doesn't
yeah,
work now, right?
yeah. It's that was right in the middle of, you know, you had Mad Max stuff, but it was also in the middle of where punk and glam rock clashed, you know, with the different styles, and it all kind of
Yeah.
melded together.
Let's just say, you know, like bell bottoms were still in when these were coming out to some degree, right? Or they hadn't been out that long, so jean style was kind of wonky.
Yeah. So
Corduroy
you
was
know,
big.
and that was, it was a little early for acid wash. 85.
Yeah, no,
It was a couple years early for acid wash.
acid wash
But
would have
yeah,
been around ice cream soldier time, right?
nah, a little before that, but
A little
still
before that.
popular then. Yeah,
Sure.
still popular then though. But yeah, tying the bandanas on on the jeans and the legs and all that shit. So I tell you what I need is I need somebody in like Saturday Night Fever clothes and Joe. So I'm thinking like the Power Man, like the Legends Power Man. So give me some disco Joes.
So I've already resigned myself that my cold slither band is really just the backup to a bunch of guests I have showing up on that stage at some point, like Rob Zombie, to Elvis
Nice.
Presley. Everything's getting displayed there. Nobody's giving Zartan the mic, you know.
Yeah. Because there's been a bunch of stuff done that you could swap out like that over the years between the music maniacs and stuff. And some of the old ones, like, you know, he did a bunch of them back in the day. You know, um he did Motley Crue, he did Janis Joplin.
There's
There was already an Ozzy,
well,
um
yeah,
Alice
my
Cooper.
GameStop has Flavor Flav right now, and I'm so tempted to buy it just to have them. The
Oh, that
ultimate
would be great.
sidekick. It's Night Force.
You gotta
Flavor Flav.
Night Night Force is a hype man.
Yeah.
Oh
You can't
my
hear it.
god. Yeah. Can't trust it. Put him in front of Cobra. Can't trust it.
Yeah. He keeps getting his teammates
Oh.
killed by the way their position.
Yeah, yeah, giving away. His frag Viper just throws a frag in that general direction. Look for the gleam of the teeth.
Yeah.
You got a point you can talk about for a minute or two while I take me a quick break before we start getting into our
I'll
what
tell you
the
what.
Dreadnoks have been up to?
When I turn this camera back on, sure.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just going back
Sounds
inside. Give a better view than my garage.
In the
Sorry, guys. It's been a
garage.
rough week. It's a garage kind of night, but I'll take a time out.
That's all right, man. But yeah, the Michael's comment talking about the color difference. So it's funny if you watch the cartoon back and you pay attention to it and you see some of those transitions and the colors are way off or something's not colored in, or you know, somebody's beard is not colored. It's just like the outline is drawn where they didn't finish the cell. So I always thought that shit was funny. It happens a lot in the Transformers cartoon.
Gung
If
Ho's
you watch
chest
those.
cut. I always think of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's one. But you see it a lot with especially like helmets, or if they're backed up, like the face isn't really like colored in or detailed very well. So, but well, I'm gonna leave you with it. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and if you need to step out or whatever, and then we'll talk about what the Dreadnoks have been up to for
Yeah.
a little while.
We'll get
All
on to
right,
the
I'll be right back.
for sure. Oh, I really didn't have anything in mind to talk about tonight, but I'll let you guys know. You know, I am working on another terrain piece for stuff, and I'm not going to make a video about it. It's just going to show up this time. So what we're looking at right now is I'm going to do. It's called a run up position. So what we'll have here. Let's angle it here. All I've done is just taken a bunch of cardboard boxes and taken them end to end and built up off of it. But when I'm done, what I want to have is the ramen tank doing Overwatch on my studio from this high position. And you'll see that he'll take the little road all the way up there. So we'll build that up. And I've got one of my fun police standing sentry right now reminding me to tell Darren that I secured him one. But that's what I'm working on. And it's just to put something on the top of my shelf, but I'm not going to do a video on that. Guys, manage the expectations of the police, but I do expect that this is going to be on a lot of guys' list for the figure of the year kind of thing for the wrong reasons. You know, um, it's an okay figure. In my review, I said I really, really, really like this figure. But one of the things that I'm just having a hard time settling is just the vest. It's something about the vest, just the having that holster on there. I can't get my mind around this. And having leg accessories on them, like I keep meaning to take these off. It just doesn't buy in. Everything else I really like about this figure, but just I wish they had made this a detachable holster, even when they did Law, like a single peg behind this holster so it could come off like the other modular kit. I wish they had done that so this police officer could have been a little bit more, what I would expect. But aside from that, so I talked about the ramen tank coming to the channel, and I'm going to be. I was telling Darren in the backstage, I feel bad about doing the ramen tank after I did the phalanx because they're two different beasts. Like the phalanx here above me, this to me is the GI Joe APC and its potential capacity for how much figures it can interact with on a shelf. I think I've got about 8 or 9 in there right now, and you can't even tell, right? And they're not all in it; some are above it, on it, whatnot. But it occurred to me with the ramen, I really, really, really wanted to have that main battle tank. It was a Mobat thing. It was an Armored Core Soldier thing, sure. It was the excitement of getting a giant tank in the line and having seen it at Joe Fest prototype. Looked great. But I have a regret already. And it's not Ramen's fault per se, but I noticed the play factor for the hunter is where I'm concerned. And it's not going to bias my review, and it doesn't make me regret buying it. But I meant what I said. I kind of wish I had ordered other things to go with my hunter, and I didn't. And I realized that the hunter only has one cupola on that turret for a figure. And inside, under the turret, you have some great detail where you could sit two other figures side by side and enjoy that in almost any other variant but the tank variant. So it looks like I'll be doing a review on the hunter, aware of that, but understanding why it was built that way and trying to understand that. But you can expect to hear a bit of that in the review about large toys and where the play features are and where they should be. And again, I don't fault Ace for it. The design was very purposeful. I got it. But you think Hasbro played a little game with us? I think Ace played a little game too.
He knew what he had there.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
he knew what he had there.
Yeah, and I don't fault him for it.
Going Bunny says, I can't wait for my ramen bridge layer to come in. Love can build a bridge between this shelf and that one. I hope. I don't know if it's going to work. I won't know till I get it here. But the angle might be too extreme.
I would just watch the amount of weight you put on the dead middle of it. That's all. You know,
we talked about that. Like set the tank in the middle, and the whole thing just goes. There went $225.
Yep. Should I do this with my Ram or my most expensive vehicle?
Yeah, right. Let me see if I can put the Rattler on that bridge. Hang on.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael's Archangel Angel Michael says, could there be that big a difference between the Stinger and the Vamp? While the Stinger's 50 and the Vamp's non-persona non grata, clutch perhaps. Well, the Vamp was underproduced and the Stinger was way overproduced. I mean, that was the bottom line for that. They overcompensated with the Stinger for the Vamp, and because they already moved the mold into production for the Stinger, so they just made more Stingers.
So here's what confuses me a little bit about why they did this, right? So mass production with the Stinger, I could get behind it if you start talking about the fact that they included a troop building figure with that and the driver, right? And he was instantly received well. Everybody liked that. They were like, cool, right? Well, that doesn't exclude what you did with the Vamp. You gave a steel core helmet to Clutch so that he could be a generic character as well to some degree. But they added those personality traits onto that helmet, and I wonder if maybe they just made a mistake, or anyways, either way, the differences between the two weren't enough to justify what they did. Bottom line, right?
Yeah, I mean they way underproduced the Vamp, and I'll tell you, I like the Stinger better than the Vamp. I don't care for the Vamp. I love Clutch, but I like the Stinger better. You get the roof, you get the doors. So just like we said earlier, but wait, there's more because you're going to get that with the Mark II.
Yeah, you are. And that's just it. Like I thought, because I had the Vamp as a child, it was my first G.I. Joe, big vehicle. Yeah, the Vamp 2 was better for how it looked, its cool factor, but the open top Vamp, I thought they did a bang up job with this. I didn't even mind the change to the 50 cals, but I wish they had given us a choice.
Yes, I hate. That's the main thing I don't like about the Vamp is the weapon setup is horrible. Those guns are ass on it. So, Turk Murphy Toy Solutions says, "I'm just over here printing pew pews. Don't mind me." What's up, Turk? Lone Dragon says,
and
put the bridge.
And I'm sorry, but I'll go back to Turk's comment for a second because I think it's worth mentioning, right? Just realizing not everybody sees things the same way. While you're trying to find a way to turn off your FOMO switch, buying these toys that you're saying are overpriced, and you're looking for some justification, just remember guys like Turk Murphy and John over at Top Fun Retro Toys 3D, they produce things with the specific intent for you to rejuvenate your interest in what you have already, right? So if you're looking for some gratification of ordering something new, maybe examine, do you really want new figures that you're not excited about, or would you like different ways to do the figures you are already excited about, right? Like maybe these are opportunities for us to change the toy collecting a little bit and open it up to other guys, right? So just a reminder, these guys are out there. And Turk, I hope you get lots of business as things get harder.
Yeah, you can always find ways to spice up stuff you've already got, such as this Turk Murphy Spas 12 shotgun here, or the various other ones in this sack o' pews. So you can always do that.
Yeah, and I'm only joking when I say, isn't that shilling because Turk sent you stuff? No, well, I mean, to a degree, there's a degree of friendly shilling in that, but no, at the same time, I'm being very realistic. You have these toys, you enjoy fondling, posing, doing all of this, and the guns are sometimes the funnest things to switch out. The helmets, the guns, all the little accessories, right? So I feel like some of these guys that collect the toys are so reluctant to try the 3D print guys because of that 3D conversation, and I feel like this is probably the best time to start.
Well, my whole thing has been, I've never been one to swap out weapons. I like to keep what comes with the guys, and keep them complete or whatever. But I've always been that way. Like I was that way when I was a kid, and it's just recently that I've been able to do that and been like, I have a bag with this guy's name on it. I could put it in there. It's not going anywhere. And trying
That,
to enjoy that creativity and break away from the way I've always played or displayed or whatever. So I've been enjoying doing photography and stuff. I got also that awesome weapon crate that I got from Dave that Loki printed up and Dave painted up for me. So I've been having a lot of fun messing around with guys, in poses and stuff with some of these weapons. I've got some of John's stuff.
Yeah. So I was just going to say, I think you'd agree with the analogy. The plastic crack is kind of like what 6-inch toy collecting is. We used to call it that for Games Workshop products on tabletop, like my plastic crack addiction keeps me from this, right? So we all have to concede we might have a little bit of a plastic crack addiction. And I look at the 3D printing guys as your methadone. That's how you're going to break your habits. You want to break, right?
Yep, that's a good way to put it.
And I'm being genuine about it. Like I find it really does allow me to enjoy the things I have more, worry less a little bit about the things that I'm not yet getting or frustrated I don't have.
Yeah. Yep. It definitely helps with that for sure. And some of these weapons that we get with these guys are ass. And you're like, you know what? This guy looked good with a Tech 9 or whatever. And you have the ability to do that now.
Yeah, exactly. I like the term that they look like ass because that's pretty much the only word that I have for some of it.
Yeah, some of it. And then I got to put Lone's comment back up here. Lone Dragon says, put the bridge on the Super Musk. That ought to support the weight of Baythier. Can you imagine that setup with the Super Musk with the bridge on it and then the dragon on top of it? That should be like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And
then tell everybody what a hard childhood you had because it would make sense after that, right? Like totally overcompensating
now. Carlos says, y'all think we'll ever get the Dreadnought version of the Vamp Stinger? I kind of think at some point they might do it with the RAM and give us do like $150 set. Maybe. I'd like to see it. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to customize, but as far as Hasbro doing it, they're going to get their money's worth out of that mold.
I think they've already, at this point, I think that the Stinger's kind of showing us that even that has an extent, right? Like if you wanted one by now, you've got one. If you wanted more by now, you've got more. With regards to the Dreadnought, yes, we could easily reprint this stuff in the new colors and all of that. But I think classified as a figure-driven line with vehicle accessories where they can keep that going as best they can. You've got to look at the price point and sizes here. And I think it would be responsible. And I hate saying this because I love this line, to give this line an end at some point. And that is not completing everything that was out there. There's just no enough space for it. The interest will dip over time. I say they go back to doing 4-inch again for a 10-year stint, revisit everything again. But the reprint of the Dreadnought Stinger, I think, is the last priority among all Dreadnought things and all Joe things.
I will say that I want it, so we'll see. I do. I never had it when I was a kid. I never had that set, so I love the Dreadnought, so I would love to have it. So all right, so before we hit one more comment here from Todd before we get into our main topic, off topic, but you guys see the PS5 Wolverine trailer. I did not. I saw that it dropped, but I haven't watched it yet. I watched the one from Mandalorian and Grogu the other day, but that's another topic. Check that out on Pop Blender's channel.
Yeah, I didn't watch it yet either because I don't have a PlayStation 5, and I find that's just dangling a piece of meat in front of me and saying, aren't you hungry? I'll be like, fuck, now I got to go buy a PlayStation 5 because I really like You know me, I'm a Wolverine fan through and through. So
Well, we got a Snake Eyes game coming too. Might be a good time to invest. Just saying.
remember, I want to go to Joe Fest again at some point.
Well, that's true. That's true. So, love Monkey Wrench. Monkey Wrench is so good, man. It's such a good figure. And
He's definitely
Turk says, yeah. Turk says, check your text messages, crew. All right, so we got 39 people watching. So if you guys hadn't already, hit that like and all that stuff. I'm sure you probably are, but make sure you are subscribed to Crusty Old Crow and over here on the 3-Star Drawl on the YouTubes. And we're going to talk a little bit now about what have the Dreadnoks been up to since 1984. So that's what we're going to
back inside.
All right. Yeah,
Where I
get
left
back in there to your notes.
Yes, sir.
I actually typed all mine out this time in Google Docs.
Oh, Jesus. I have to read my own handwriting, too. That's not good.
Yep.
That's all right.
So this basically we're gonna have some fun here. This is where it gets silly. That's also why I wanted to see how many people were watching, because it'll probably drop off when we dip off into ridiculousness here. But we like to have fun.
You're right to do it, people.
Yeah. Yep. Now's the time to turn back. We've each got 4 characters. We picked 4 Dreadnoks here, and we kind of come up with scenarios for what might have happened to them in later years. So that's kind of where we're going with it, and we like dark humor over here. So
don't blame us, blame Hasbro for not having any good news this week.
That's right. That's right.
There you go.
So would you like to go first with one of your characters, or would you like me to go first with one of mine?
You've got it going good. Keep your momentum going, and I'll come in second. How's that?
That works. Let me figure out which one of these guys I want to do here. So I think I'll start with the one that you've heard. So let me get to him here. So pull this up. So we're going to start with let's start with Dreadnought Ripper. I know all 3 of them are in this picture, but so there's the file card. So take a good look at Ripper here, see what Ripper used to look like back in the day, and there's his file card. So here's what Ripper's been up to. And we also have quotes. You know, the file cards ended with quotes from somebody. So we also have some quotes from somebody later in these guys' life. So here's a Ripper. Harry Nod was guilty of many crimes during his time with the Dreadnoks, but fashion was without a doubt the worst. After the Noks were busted up, he spent so many years on the run that the statute of limitations expired on many of his charges. He was eventually captured trying to flee to his native Tasmania, but as it turns out, that was the moment it all turned around for him. He was on the run so long that his awful tattered camouflage belly shirt, blue jeans, and red Back to the Future glasses actually became trendy. While in jail, he was approached by representatives of fashion designer Gucci, who saw him on the news when he was apprehended. They offered him a contract to help design clothing, as well as paying his lawyer fees. He accepted, and the fancy lawyers beat his remaining charges. Ripper then began his second career as a clothing designer under Gucci and was eventually given his own subline to oversee, Swamp Water. Fusing Florida Man, dirty biker, and other outlaw styles with Italian leather, he's made a fortune in the 2020s, making awful fashion famous. Buzzer says, "Oi, that wanker sold out. We've laughed at his clothes for 40 years, and now he's all high and mighty with his fancy leather belly shirts. Don't forget where you come from, mate. We was there when you was stealing gas out of Joe Plains.
I heard that last night, and it stuck with me that you chose the word swamp water just because it's just such a great picture. Because I remember, is it the same for you guys in the States? Swamp water was when you took every pop in the fountain machine and poured it into one cup, or every
Uh,
liquor that was at the
uh,
party went in there.
we called that. I don't think you're supposed to say the word on YouTube when you self delete.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah.
we called we that's what we called that down here.
Uh,
Swamp water down here is what a lot of people call bong water.
that works too. Yeah, I've heard that with that here too. But yeah, I just remember as a kid, be like, "What do you want to drink? Get me swamp water." Just meant your buddy
Yeah,
went.
yeah. I'm most frequently always heard swamp water with bong water.
Oh,
So uh,
well, I thought that was a great lead-in. I,
thank
I,
you.
if you've done your job, I'll get rid of the rest of the chat with mine.
So let's see what's up to Einblut Wolf. What's going
Oh,
on?
I hope we pronounced that right. I'm blood.
I I gave it my best try.
Yo, hey, and
So
yeah, cool. After
oh,
Ripper
that's a
found Jesus, and now we have a
job.
figure for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right. So I am ready to add your first one to the stage if you're ready.
Okay, so I was doing buzzer first because you did Ripper. So, oh, I like that picture. I just had to figure I was playing with it. You notice I always have to have mine holding his glasses.
Yeah, that's about the only way to do it.
It's the only way you keep your glasses is if he pretended he never wanted to wear them anyways. So, do we have the file card for him too?
I do. Let me
This Cambridge guy slumming it with the bikers.
I do have his file card. So there we go.
So Dick Blinken from Cambridge, England. Yes, the guy who decided to just dabble in biker society for a bit, right? That's what I took out of his file card as I splashed water all over my face and wake up a bit.
Swamp water.
Swamp water? No, it's Gatorade. That's going to be sticky. All right, so buzzer. After the time he spent with the Dreadnoks and and became less enamored with the biker game phenomenon as his research reached its conclusions, Dick Blinken became bored with the conversations of the Easy Rider community and switched his focus to a theory he had deduced that the most interesting philosophical debates and meaningful discussion occurred in the barbershops across the United States. But years of cutting his own hair wasn't enough for him to break into the barbershop gig in the big cities. Today, you can find Buzzer making a respectable income for himself as a team barber for the Moose Jaw Mullet Militia Hockey Club in Saskatchewan, Canada. And the quote there is, "So his glasses are always falling off as soon as he gets started. So, sometimes it's like business in the front, party in the back, but then the glasses fall off and then it's party everywhere. Business is scarce." And that was Buzzer.
Party everywhere. Businesses cares. I love it. Oh God, I love it. What's up, Hyperdelic? How you doing, man? So if you guys aren't subscribed to Hyperdelic, you need to be.
Yeah.
He's hilarious and he has the best laugh in all of YouTube. Everything is funny.
I'm going to double check. I thought I was subscribed, but you know what? I find out that I've been talking to a lot of people and realize, oh my God, it unsubscribed me or something.
YouTube does that. It will
Yeah.
unsubscribe you to people. Chad talked about it before. Yeah, it just randomly you'll be like, I don't see this person anymore, and it's because they booted you. Lone Dragon says, I always loved, yeah, me too. The original three knocks were Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod.
Yeah. I liked how they had these savage names, like for code names, and then the big pussy, big
Yeah, and
wimpy name, right?
yeah, they're all just the absolute worst. It's
Yeah,
like they're just fucking idiots.
yeah.
So,
It's like Step Brothers, where it's like you got to call me Night Wolf.
oh my God, Step Brothers is the perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
That's absolutely perfect. So, all right, so
Your turn.
let's look at one that things might not have gone so well for Thrasher. We're gonna take a look and see what old Thrasher's been up to. So this is one of two that was written under the influence of Ambien. So
Beat him in.
Thrasher got away. As one of the only dreadnoks with any real sense, he was able to lay low until he could disappear back into the swamplands. He came from an affluent family who spoiled him and didn't discipline him growing up, so of course they hid him out. With the experience he gained with the dreadnoks building vehicles from junk, he was able to con the money from his ailing parents to open his own junkyard recycling center. It was surprisingly very successful, and he even had a small staff. However, his enormous ego worked against his natural talent of destroying things and rebuilding them into something else. He actually became locally famous for his wild creations, which turned him into a workaholic. His Frankenstein vehicles became increasingly attention grabbing, and he had to find creative ways not to be interviewed in the local media for fear of being recognized. Eventually, he cracked under the stress and started huffing paint again. One morning, Zeke, his scrapyard magnet operator, made a horrifying discovery. It seems that up late working one night and on a BASF bender, Thrasher apparently passed out in one of the cars due to be crushed the next morning. No one realized it until the red goo ran out of the metal pancake that used to be a Hyundai. So finally, the local paper was allowed to visit the the junkyard. Zeke was quoted as saying, "Well, I know that he slept in the car sometimes, but he always picked an American car. I never thought to check the foreign jobs." So didn't work out too well for Thrasher in the end.
I'm okay with that. I never had Thrasher because I never had the Dreadnought machine. So if a Dreadnought's got to die, start with him.
Yeah,
You might have offended a lot of people in the chat though who are big Thrasher fans. I don't know.
Yeah, we just after we just got through talking an hour ago about how much we want the Thunder Machine. So
you killed Thrasher right off the bat.
Thrasher's lacrosse career failed to take off. He followed in the footsteps of Happy Gilmore and took up extreme golfing.
There we go.
Accidental custom from the junkyard.
Is
silver or gold?
I kept staring at his file card picture from the box and thinking how much Bruce Campbell could pull him off right now as an old Thrasher.
Oh my God, he could.
Yeah,
that would be perfect. Bruce Campbell would be perfect. So, all right, ready for your second?
I had Monkey Wrench next. Is that who you had for me? Monkey Wrench.
There he is, Monkey Wrench. So get a good look at him here, and we'll pull up his file card.
Ooh, that Monkey Wrench, he's so hot right now. So yeah, Bill Winky, and I'm saying that very wrong. Like there's a Welsh way, Rays or something like that to say it. There's a Welsh way. Somebody corrected me on my review, and I really appreciated it. I still can't say it properly, but there he was. The demolition guy that comes with absolutely nothing to tell you he's a demolition guy. Besides those grenades. So after the Dreadnoks were through with him, Bill Winky decided he wanted to make a run at the big time. His background in explosives and terrorism experience became higher and higher in demand as the 1990s drew towards the end and a new era of opportunity presented itself to him in the 2000s. And on a beautiful, fateful fall morning, the man called Monkey Wrench got onto a plane to show the world what he was really capable of. His years of planning, his destructive talents, his criminal connections, all of them put him on that plane that day, a final flight from obscurity to destiny. He landed at LAX and 2 days later became the chief pyrotechnics technician from Michael Bay. It is reported that he is the highest paid special effects guy in the history of Hollywood. Michael Bay has said, I never wanted to do any of this stuff. I just wanted to make teen rom-coms like John Hughes, but Monkey Wrench just gets in your life, you know? Why is no one helping me? And that's Monkey Wrench.
And Monkey Wrench also went on to have a successful career in something that a little more successful than Thrasher's turned out to be, a little something he specialized in.
There's nothing about these figures that screams failure to me.
Well, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna save that one for last. And I've actually picked some dreadnoughts that I don't really like.
Oh no, you hate them. Yeah.
So a couple of them, yeah. So this next guy, as soon as I find the slide here, so this one takes a turn. I'm just gonna say this one does definitely not work out well. So let's find out what happened to Naugahyde after the end. So you guys know I don't like Naugahyde. He's a poacher. I don't like poachers.
Yeah.
I'm an animal lover. Have you guys, by any chance, you've seen Black Mirror, right?
Yes.
Okay. Once the Dreadnoks were indicted on the RICO charges, they sent Zartan to prison. The remainder of the group split up and went on the run. Some got away, some got picked up, some cut deals, some got hard time. Naugahyde was in the latter category, wanted on several continents for unspeakable crimes against animals, as well as being an overall asshole. The U.S. came to agreement with most of said countries. Remanded into the custody of the United States Department of Agriculture, Naugahyde is himself now a captive animal at the mercy of others. He's now held in a top secret government facility that specializes in a fringe branch of animal husbandry, particularly the preservation of species on the verge of going extinct. Some of them are reluctant to mate, so they're introduced to Naugahyde as sort of a training dummy. Man, that guy sure does stink. But as long as he keeps helping these silverbacks with their anatomy lessons, no sense washing him off now.
Oh my God. I didn't think you'd be there, but you did.
Poor Naugahyde.
You really hate poachers.
I hate that guy.
I'm so proud of you right now.
Yeah, it didn't go well for that guy at all.
Okay. So for the one subscriber left in the chat right now.
Yeah. We've lost 4. We've lost 5. We got another one. Got him.
Here's what you missed last night.
Oh, this is short worthy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gang race.
All right, listen. There we go. All right, I got you queued up for your next one. Well, Turk's having a good time, and Stanley's still here. So Hybridelic says I'm all in now.
Believe it or not, we're talking about toys here.
We're talking about freaking toys.
Turk
KFC. That would have been good. Give him salmonella.
Yeah. Well, thank you for participating in the comments, guys. It makes us feel a little less.
He says he's going in the back of the display now.
Yeah, with the gorilla.
It's hilarious. Sarcasm says, "Sweet Lord, that went places I didn't expect." That was the first one I did too.
Yeah. I just realized I had my Naga High posed on a bike, and I made him so bow-legged to do it. And now I get why that was so
Yeah,
easy.
that's right. I need a classified scale silverback.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Who was next for me? Was it? It was Road Pig. Is that right?
It
I
was
thought.
it was Road Pig.
Okay. Here. So I was playing Road Pig. He was the last one I got done too. But
Okay.
I might have been watching some old stuff on YouTube when I did it. You might, if you're old enough to get what I'm doing here, then I'm sorry. All right.
Oh.
That was him falling
Yes,
down.
he did. Yes, he did, Stanley. Poor gorilla.
I'm glad you spelt that the wrong way so it would
Yeah,
fly.
yeah, that would have triggered something.
All right. So I'm going to talk about Donald DeLuca. DeLuca from Goldblum, Michigan. All right. From the moment the glory of his Dreadnought days ended, Road Pig felt an immediate void in his life. The thrill of it all was gone. The heists, the raids, the pursuits, the what was that? Yeah, anyways, all of it gone. He found himself wandering the countryside, seeking a way to get it all back. He tried affiliating himself with every gang out there, from Aryan supremacists to Zionists. No one would take him. He tried focusing instead on worthy adversaries to replace the thrill of fighting Joes, but all fell before him. From the Boy Scouts to the World War II vets, none were worthy. It wasn't until Road Pig found himself terrorizing Route 66, just shy of the Arizona-New Mexico border, that he finally found what he was looking for. At some point along the way, the antics of the legendary Road Pig had drawn the ire of another seasoned veteran seeking closure. Donald DeLuca, aka Road Pig, was found in a mangled state and a confused look on his face. Coroner's reports could not decide which event had actually killed him. It was either the gunpowder birdseed he had consumed, or the 4-foot Acme rocket that was lodged into his posterior, or perhaps it was the cranial impact of his mass running full sprint with rocket assistance into a hand-painted picture of a train tunnel. And it says, we arrested one wily coyote for this. We suspect his dementia had him confused with someone else. And that's Road Pig.
Killed by Wile E. Coyote.
So I killed one. I forgot I killed one. Yeah, he died.
Well, he didn't make it. Road Pig didn't make it out. Oh, all right. I like that. So, all right. So, get to my last one here. All right. This one is kind of long, I will say. So, well, we've lost
And
one
long.
more.
We're coming to the
Yeah, don't worry. Only two more, you guys. So
only two more guys in the chat.
yeah, right.
Oh, you more of these.
Yeah, two more of these. Be down to two by the time we're done. But God, this is so much fun when we do this.
Yeah, as long as we're having a good time.
That's right. We talked about we're doing it for fun, so we're having fun. So at least somebody is entertained. So talk about one of my other least favorite dreadnoughts, probably my least favorite dreadnought, even more so than Naugahyde, and that's Zanzibar. I never could get into Zanzibar. I had him, and I like pirates, but I just never could get into this guy, man. So I just pull up his file card, and I just noticed when I got his file card and was doing this that his name is Morgan Tish from the Cayman Islands. Yeah, that's Captain Morgan and Blackbeard put together.
That's Blackbeard, yeah.
Henry Morgan was actually the privateer that was the governor of Jamaica, and then Edward Teach was Blackbeard. I like that they put those two together. I just noticed that shit.
All I can think is this is going to make an awesome classified figure somehow. But do go on, yes.
You're right, and if they get to him, one, will he come with his skiff, and two, will they do rooted hair? Because they haven't done it yet. They didn't do it with Scarlet. Will he have rooted hair? Because it's kind of a fail if they don't, I feel like. This one was definitely written on Ambien, and it shows. I actually had to go back and look over this one today and make sure it made sense toward the end. So
Always good.
Zanzibar. This will really, I think this one will really go over well right now. Being out of the United States when the dreadnoughts were rounded up, Zanzibar got luckier than he'd ever been in his life up until that point. He narrowly missed being apprehended with Naugahyde as he was running a day late to meet him with a shipment of stolen tranquilizers. Zanzibar knew better than to come back to the United States, and he stuck to what he was good at. He filled his time and his pockets with the only two things he really was good at: piracy and bootlegging. He traveled the coasts with a small crew, hijacking anything they were able to take down. He used connections he'd made through Cobra to get weapons and vessels and to fence the goods. He rarely had to shoot anyone, but he had no problems if he had to. He made a good living for a pirate, but it was 2020 before he made any real money. The COVID-19 pandemic had shut the world down, and he discovered he could make money on literally anything because if he could steal it, he could deliver it. It was in 2021 when he was pirating off the eastern coastal waters of China that he hit the jackpot. He began targeting container ships, as they're mostly automated with small crews. His new favorite cargo turned out to be containers of toys, leaving Hong Kong headed for other continents, namely the United States. He began specializing in stealing containers from all of the hottest toy brands that were piling up in the waters and the ports with no one to unload them. He was able to offload them and distribute them far better than the actual companies that sent them. He developed specific contacts in Australia who paid top dollar for the new product to be offloaded there in Melbourne. He formed an uneasy alliance supplying the newest toys to the Australians, and they made him rich. Now that the pandemic is over and the freight is moving more easily, he has more targets, but he has to pick them wisely by bribing officers to get the manifests. As a seasoned pirate, Zanzibar knows you have to go for the collectibles and the FOMO-driven action figures first. Then you get them offloaded just far enough from the US so you can also get a cut of the YouTube review money. Chris Cox, CEO of Hasbro, said, "This Zanzibar guy is killing us. He's stealing all of our new G.I. Joe figures and selling them in other countries. This has our U.S. customers ready to riot in the streets because another country is getting their new figures first. I'm declaring a 10,000 Python a figure bounty on anyone who can bring this guy to justice. Of course, those Pythonas will have to cross his waters for me to offer them."
Okay. I like how you brought him right to somebody we all know right away. I gotta say it though, dude. Are you still having fun collecting toys? Because you seem upset.
We talked about that earlier, you know.
I'm just saying, it's kind of working its way into the conversation a bit.
I started writing and I'm like, all right, I gotta work it in. So yeah, since that son of a bitch has all the Arctic gas.
Exactly. You want to know where dial tone is right now?
That's where dial tone's at. And Shark Eyes says I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there was a reason I knew I started growing a top knot again.
Yar.
I expect to hear some pirates speak in that video I'm highly looking forward to that you're going to be working on soon. Keep up with the Shark Eyed Toy View channel, y'all.
Yeah, buddy. Oh my gosh. I think you did your best work with one of the guys that you hated the most.
I think I did. I didn't mean for it to
both
be
of them,
long,
right?
But, yo ho ho, pirate's life for me.
Can you not see Johnny Depp playing Zanzibar now? Like, just unsee it. Unsee it.
I can't. After you said that, I can't not see him being Zanzibar. He's the perfect age now to be a Zanzibar all this time later.
Yeah. Oh Jesus, maybe that's something we should do, is cast the Dreadnought movie one day.
We could do that. That'd
That'd
be
be something.
fun.
Yeah.
We'll ride the Dreadnought train until the tracks run out, I guess.
Well, I'm here to run it into the ground for tonight and get Torch
Oh.
out of the way.
All right, let's talk
Alright.
about old Torch, old Tom Lincoln here.
Tom Lincoln, God, that's another manly man's name, isn't it? Botany Bay, New South Wales. That's the longest birthplace I think I've seen them cram into a file card, by the way. Just saying.
Oh, seems like I looked that up, and that is a real place. Is that a real place, Adam? You may know off the top of your head.
Yeah. In my case, it real.
I was expecting him to
all the time now, all the time,
was-
ever since the Simpsons went to Australia.
I was expecting him to comment on my horrible Australian accent earlier, trying to be. But Buzzer's English though, so I guess that's okay. Never mind.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can read this. My handwriting's like a doctor. I bet you Matthew Matson and I could probably decipher each other's handwriting. All right, Torch. After the Dreadnoughts tricked him out of the van at a rest stop in the Arizona desert, Tom Lincoln waited for 2 days and then began his long walk north towards Australia. Completely unscorched and hallucinating, Tom was picked up and taken aboard a bus of drugged out raves going to the Burning Man Festival, 6 minutes away from where they found him. Amateur footage captured him and his party antics, which ended up making him a viral sensation for a 6-hour fire dance that he improvised. This brief moment in American spotlight brought him to the attention of the CBS network, and Tom was cast into season Who Gives a Fuck of Survivor Brains versus Brawn. That appearance on Survivor would be the last anyone would ever see of him. Jeff Probst would later go on to explain. I mean, how do you not feel bad for the guy, especially now that you told me who he was in the 80s? It's even more tragic, you know? I mean, he made the final 3. He could have won the whole thing, but he lost the fire making challenge. Turns out he's never made a fire without a blowtorch or a lighter, and he just sucks with wood steel. He got one spark going before his opponent's fire got going, and he went to go blow on it. And you know what happened? We caught it. His tear put it out. And that was it for him. You know, he just couldn't keep it together after that, the poor guy.
That's awesome. On Survivor. Ooh, season Who Gives a Fuck of Survivor. Indeed. That's good. I like that. The burning man 6 minutes away. It's great.
I was trying to play on he was stupid. Yes, north to Australia from Arizona. I had Arizona on the mind for some reason. Tony, we got to talk about Arizona at some point.
Talking about that gridiron again. So.
Must have been the gridiron. That's that bullshit.
and Adam says it is a real place. It's basically where the English landed when they first got here.
Oh, there you go.
I thought I had looked that up before. And it wasn't where did the English land in Australia. It had to have been something else I was reading about.
Was it where they landed or where they dropped everyone off? Wasn't Australia a colony when it started? I don't get my history on Australia very cleanly, I don't think.
Yes. They might have just pulled the ship up and was like, hey, walk the plank. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
After Cold Slither disbanded, Torch opened a vintage music instrument store specializing in restoring old guitars. Obsolete.
Coming back into his prime. Guitars are back.
That's pretty damn good. Yeah, Stanley, Arizona Cardinals, Cards fan. So that is what the Dreadnought's been up to since the 80s. So we only wound up losing 7. We lost. We went down to 30 and we went back up. So thank you guys for listening to this ridiculousness.
I remember when I had 1,000 subscribers. Those were the good days. They're gone now.
Yeah, back down to 8.
I'll miss them.
Lone Dragon says, I appreciate you don't consider Zartan and his siblings to be Dreadnought. I see you two are a man of culture. Well, in case we had time, which we don't, I actually do have their stuff here. I've always considered, I don't know, it's it's weird. Like when I think Dreadnoks, I don't think Zartan and the Z siblings. I think of the collection of the guys that are under him. But I mean, he is technically. I mean, depends on which origin of Zartan you really are going to kind of go with.
So I often think about like how to the challenge of modernizing this line and rewriting these characters into now as opposed to into the 80s when they were written in. And I looked at the Dreadnoks exactly what you describe. I look at them as like a militia unto themselves of all these separate people. And then anything starting with a Z is kind of like they're like grandfathered in but not a part of it. But I always thought they would
Yeah.
be cool if they rewrote them as like a Serbian warlord family or something along that Eastern black market kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Because just the Z or the Z doesn't it, that pun just got so old so quick. You know, like
Yeah.
pun, Z Z Z. Okay, we get it. They're all related.
Well, and if you go by the IDW, if you go by the Cobra, if you go by that, like Zartan that we got was not Zartan that led the Dreadnoks. He took over and masqueraded as that guy. So it kind of depends on which lore that you're kind of
Yeah.
going with for him. So, yeah, where are they now? Dreadnoks Part 2. So maybe at some point we'll do an addendum to that, and we'll do one for the Z's. But I actually did pull their file cards and stuff just in case. Hope you guys were entertained a little bit. Try to do some silliness and whatnot. So thank you, Samurai and Einblut. That's got to be right. Einblut. I got to be getting close.
Yeah, it feels like it's German.
Yes, I definitely get German.
Yeah, or Nordic of some sort.
So, what do you have coming up over on the Crusty Old Crow channel? You got anything working on, getting ready to do?
I'm waiting on toys, like the rest of us. I'm trying to be patient about it. No, nothing exemplary. Besides the big stuff that I mentioned, I got a couple ramen things on the way. I've got a couple of Hasbro things on the way, and yeah, I'm trying to just have some fun content, but it's trying to make the time to make the content right now. That's gotten a little hectic, but we'll see. What about yourself? You must have something on the go. You just got all those racer parts. You're going to be showing stuff, right?
Yeah, I'll be these guys, these slicing, dicing, doing some ninja reviews and some hang-ons. So
Like a Judy chop.
like a Judy. Gotta hopefully sometime this weekend I'll get the review done on these guys. I'm not in a terrible hurry to get it up, but I will do one on them. And yeah, I don't know, probably not gonna make a big deal out of the racer. I may do a video on, like, hey, I've finally been waiting on this, and here it is on the car. Watch for pictures. And then let's see, I don't think I've got my snake armors whenever they get here, but I mean, I'm not going to be doing a video on that. I've already done it. I think that's it. I am like you. I'm waiting on my ramen hunter and the stuff that goes with it, but who knows? Won't know where that stuff's at until FedEx actually gets it. So
I will mention that we do have other things coming up besides. I know next Wednesday you'll be on with Pop doing you guys' routine if the schedules permit, which they usually do. And then you and I will be back the week after that, more likely doing one more Backyard Battlefield. But we're coming up to Toys for Tots season here, and just a reminder to the guys that this is the part where Down South 77 and I will probably be. Well, I think we're already scheduled into Punk Streamathon. What is it? Punkathon or
Punkathon.
Punkapalooza or whatever we want to call it.
right? So, you know, I hope that you guys are able to attend, support, if at all able uh, to consider donating. Everything that Punk is making during that streamathon is going towards Toys for Tots, through Sergeant Red's. It is accredited charity, and it's you know, it always ends up being kind of a lot of fun to just see how things go around hour 30, right? Thankfully you and I get to be here, I
Yeah.
think, in 10 hours. So
I think we're on at 7 or 8 central on Friday night, I think was what he had told me.
yeah, but I know that there's some guys that don't tune into a lot of other guys maybe that have been here, but just a reminder, like, you're going to get guys coming in from Canada, coming in from Australia to cover all these time zones, on top of course, those Americans. I think there's a few of them helping Punk out too, right? But
Oh, yeah.
you'll it's a great time to just kind of see what everybody's putting on the table. And I did mention, if you guys had anything you wanted us to do on that stream, you could bounce it off us. We'd consider it. You know, we're always looking for ideas for that. So I'd heard somebody wanting to toss dice, and I wasn't against it. Just wanted to know if that was it. So,
Well, that was me. I don't know
was
if
that
anybody
you or
else
Dave?
said it, but
Oh,
I said I'd like to do dice fight with Punk because I think that would be fun. Getting
I'd
Punk
fight
in
both.
on doing dice fight.
Yeah,
No,
I'd
yeah,
fight
I'll
against
fight
the
you.
dice fighter. Fight you,
I'll,
dice.
I'll fight you. I actually got my they're over here. I got them on the shelf over there.
I will
Yep,
make
and
yes,
yeah,
there we go.
and
Sure, guys, you are still
uh,
here. Good.
yeah, and that was hilarious last year. That was one of the best segments through it was when he and Ronnie Trickshot were on, and it is very funny. They had some very funny close to dirty but not dirty jokes. And as I
That
understand
was
it, they already have stuff
that was
planned for this year. So
that was the boxer analysis team, wasn't it? For the
no, that
Nola.
was
Oh,
the code names. They
oh, the
were
code.
doing the code names. So that was very funny. Um so yep, so I thought we probably would have gotten the thumbnail to start showing for that today, but I didn't, or we'd have showed it already. So hopefully we'll be able to get that. He'll get that thumbnail out to all the contributors, and we'll be able to better advertise it when we have the official thumbnail for it. So looking forward to that. I've got something I hope coming that I'm going to try to do for that as well for the segment. So it's a good time. It's for a good cause. I do recommend everybody tune in for it. Lone Dragon, I snuck into the stream through the back door when Lawrence was napping. So, yes, code name Double Entendre, and it was loose. So that it really was hilarious. So you'll hear a lot more about it in the next few weeks. It's actually, I think, a month from tomorrow it starts. Is that right?
Something like says close. Yeah, we're getting into that time frame. So
It starts on the 24th, so it's a month from today is when that actually kicks off. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be telling you guys about it next couple visits here. I'll be back as Krusty Old Crow said. I'll be back here on Wednesday with Pop Blender for Sevens Wild. I have no idea what we're going to be talking about yet. We got some ideas we got to flesh out. So there's that. And I meant to say this earlier. I do have an update on Tuco Viper. Getting closer, you guys. We're getting closer. I've got a soft date in mind to actually have this thing done. Not gonna put it out exactly, but I'm shooting for sometime in probably within the first 2 weeks of November is my plan. Once I get a little more solidified and get everything wrapped up, there'll be plenty of notice on that. But he is getting ready to take his last plane ride, meaning he's on his way back to me, and then just me and Pop Blender left to do some pictures, and then I've got to get everything wrapped up and put together. So look forward to that. Something else I'll be promoting the hell out of. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. I hope you had fun. Crow, you got any final thoughts?
No, just wanted to say thanks again to you in particular for being that awesome fire team you've been this year, and I do hope that as guys watch the replays, like I appreciate that we're all subscribed together, but also take the time to have a look at some of the new channels coming out. There's a lot of new guys starting off the same way Darren and I did, and they could sure use some support. Just a minute of your time to see if it's up your alley. Go check them out. There's a bunch of new guys out there right now. That's all.
Yeah, a lot of good guys, good content creators that are coming out and kind of getting their feet wet and getting started. So you see these guys in all the same chats we're in. So you see them, go out and support them. And other than that, thanks guys. Congratulations again, Crow, on hitting 1,000. And we will see y'all in 2 weeks. See you.
See ya.